if people are gonna have creators on live, they should get paid for it, right? So she basically said on the live that basically she wasn't gonna come over there unless she was paid. So I mean, if she wanted to get paid, I got 300 pennies for her because that's all the hell she was gonna get from me. Okay, but that's neither here or there. Now, so she went. BET was basically asking me questions like, art you shouldn't be addressing people, but I mean, what's the issue? Like, it's nothing to address. These are things that you're getting into it with people on the app. You've been into it with Slim, you've been into it with Rose. It's a number of people that you've been on here with. So to plead your case, I invited you to come over, to swap it out like the rest of the people. Okay, so like I said, from my knowledge, I thought this was over on Monday. So if this was over on Monday and you already spoke your piece and said that you wasn't coming, why did you call my name on your panel on Tuesday? Okay, so she dropped me out the box. When she dropped me out the box, Black Essence came up and told her, because I was like, well, the beef that you have, you people are wondering why you got this man naked in the bathtub and all of this stuff that you got going on TikTok. So that's why I was trying to bring you over so you could speak on it, so you can let the people know what's really going on. So Black Essence went to her live, and Black Essence basically got in the box and was like unsolicited, but she didn't.
Okay, so unsolicited, I do apologize for interrupting you during the case. Bailiffs, for the bailiffs that are here, if I do not instruct you to unblock someone, please do not unblock them. If I see that someone is being unblocked without discussing it with me first, you will be removed as a bailiff. You may continue unsolicited. Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, so per my understanding, my whole thing was Black Essence went over there. Black Essence went over there, and she basically said that what Unsolicited said, she was right. So she went back after she dropped Black Essence out the box, and she went back and was like, "Oh, this B got bees coming over here trying to check me. This B." So everybody telling me like, go over there because she keep calling your name the whole time. I have a job, so I was working, and I went on her panel to basically explain to her that what they're telling you is not me. Like, people were in her comments telling her that if what they're saying is not me, that I'm not the person who she think it is. So she goes on and on and on. I get up in the panel like, lady, please stop calling my name and calling me out my name, because they're telling you that it's not me. She kept calling me bees and all of this stuff. So since she wanted to do that, I went and wrote a love letter to her husband. I told the people I was gonna fuck the shit out of her husband, and I did. I wrote a love letter to my stink. I let my stink know that I know that he's in distress at the current moment. He's tired of eating Salisbury steak every day. So I try to cook him a nice dinner. I invited him over and told him he can come over. I then wrote another letter, because it's the same script, same different pass. And I tried to let her husband know that I'm here for him and anything that he needs. That's I wrote a letter to her husband.
Can you please show the court? Do you have that letter with you today?
Well, this is my backup page, and I don't have access to
No
get
worries. I
on.
believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe we have that evidence here. Would you like for me to submit it
Okay.
for the courts?
Yes, you can submit a control, because like I said, Your Honor, I'm guilty. I'm pleading insanity. You can give me anger management, some community service hours. I don't know, but you can show the courts the letter.
Okay, so while I'm showing them the court, you make the letter. You may continue. By the way, I'm just
Okay.
getting the court
Okay.
up. Mm-hmm. All right. So, would you like to read out the letter for the people?
So this was the letter to my man, you all. This is the letter that I wrote to my man. Dear Friends with Attitudes husband, good afternoon, Sting. I missed you. I really enjoyed the time we had last night. It was amazing. Did you lie to her like you lied to her the last time and say you were out with the boys? Laugh out loud. That always works for her. I know you are tired of eating that Tyson Salisbury steak. So, baby, I cooked you a dinner. I cooked you a garlic and herb lobster with a side of shrimp kebabs with the peppers, just like you like, with a fully loaded baked potato on the side. I know you enjoyed that stink because it's kind of small. Tonight, before you come over, please hide that crumble cookie hair under the kitchen sink. And please try not to touch it because I don't want you to get a paper cut, stink. See you soon, your babes, unsolicited. Don't get out now, Mama.
Okay, so that is the letter that Unsolicited wrote for Friends with Attitude husband. Did he happen to respond to that letter?
Yes, and I posted the letter. My man is in distress. He says those colors she's wearing are not. The fashion police is out in the TikTok streets.
So one moment, you said he responded. I believe we have the response right here. Let me go ahead and pull that up one moment. So, okay, now it's kind of small to read. Do you want me to read it out, or you're able
Yes,
to?
you can read it out.
Okay, so the letter says, "Hey, baby, life with friends with attitude is like living in a clown convention with pink hair and a wardrobe that, what the hell? Yeah, this shit is small as hell, y'all. That could rival a circus what? Oh, a circus tent. Don't mind me, y'all. Y'all see these letters are small as shit. And then it says, and her back, let's just say it got more curves than than a winding road. But amidst the madness, you're the ray of sunshine in my stormy circus. Your humor keeps me sane, even when friends with attitude fashion choices threaten to push me over the edge. Here's to you, my love, and to hoping our love story doesn't turn into a three-ring circus. Forever, your stink. That's the letter that Friends with Attitude husband wrote to you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. He's in distress, Your Honor, and this is why I'm here to fight this case because I don't need my man to be in distress. I don't want him in distress. He doesn't. It's enough that he has to look at that pink wig that has been on every 160 pictures she has on her page. She hasn't did a hair change since she been taking pictures on that page. That wig is in every last picture. In fact, she did tell the people as well is that they can't afford to go and have nice dinners. But the video that she did with that, allegedly she had 3 pancakes with some smeared whipped cream on it. The whipped cream was melting and a couple of strawberries on the side. She said the people can't afford to do that. My man is over there suffering, Your Honor, and it's not fair.
Hmm. So he's suffering. The
It's not fair.
letter.
And then I don't mean to cut you off, Your Honor. And then the people want to know, is those headphones that she's always wearing, or is that a hearing aid? Because I want to know, is she listening to music on TikTok or is she talking to us? And
Oh,
then because I had went and I brought my wardrobe for today, but this page I don't have 1,000 people in it, so I'll post a video of me with my pink wig on. I'm gonna have my hearing aid on, and I'm gonna dress up as friends with attitude. So I'm not done. So I'm not quite sure if I may be in court next Sunday. That's why I said that I am pleading insanity, Your Honor. I'm not. You are going to have to summons me to pay some restitution and maybe some court costs, and maybe some anger management because I am insane, Your Honor. I'm not done. I'm innocent. You see the people in the comments, they said I am innocent, Your Honor. I wasn't bothering with this man. I mean this woman. That slipped out, Your Honor. Don't use that against me in the court of law. And the jurors, hello, how are y'all doing? I'm sorry for not speaking, but I'm pleading insanity. Just don't give me any jail time because I can't afford to go to jail. I have younger kids, but I am pleading insanity. Anger management, something like that. I can work with that. I can work with that, Your Honor.
Can we get out now, Mama?
Okay, so someone did
You
send
hear,
a
you
cash
hear my
app.
child in the background?
Yes,
I can't
I
afford to
do.
go to jail.
Mommy, can we get out now?
I seen the cash app message. It said that I guess they was asking you to find it. I guess they was talking about the letter. But I was able to present the letters in court today. All right, so jurors, was there anything else unsolicited that you wanted to add before the jurors discuss this case?
Like I said, I wasn't bothering her, Your Honor. She kept calling me. The people were trying to tell her that, it wasn't me, but she wouldn't listen. Like, if for some odd reason, I guess she thought that I was a small fry because she didn't do this to the other people she was actually crying a river when she was talking to Slim, saying that Slim sacrificed her and all of that. She didn't have that same energy that she had with these other people for me. I guess she thought I was a small fry.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you would like to add?
No, that's all, Your Honor. Like I said, I'm insanity. That's what I'm pleading, Your Honor. Insanity.
Okay, so thank you for muting. Jurors, after you done heard the testimony and some of the evidence that has been submitted, you may discuss the case amongst yourselves to see what it is that y'all want to do from here. So y'all can unmute your mic. Good day, Morgan. Looking good as always.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think it's a case of don't start none, won't be none. Yeah. You can't start. You started. You came over this way. Anybody else? Because that's all I got. Not
Definitely,
guilty to me.
definitely a case of fuck around and find out. The honesty
Absolutely.
was amazing for me. It was absolute honesty from unsolicited. That's all I got.
Would this be a
Well,
case
Dex, I'm
of
sorry.
like would this I'm sorry, go ahead, Frankie.
The letter was wild. Both letters, the response. Um, yeah, I mean, friends, I think you shouldn't have started this because, I mean, it seems like unsolicited was ready for you. So I'm with y'all. Don't start nothing, it won't be done.
I agree. Hey, do what you
Not
gotta do.
guilty all the way.
Hmm.
Your Honor, it seems like a case of self defense to me.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. She stood her ground.
Okay, so jurors, are y'all ready to come up with a verdict?
Yep, absolutely.
All right, let me go ahead and get ready to document this. Okay, juror number one, Kadera, how do you find the defendant unsolicited?
Not guilty.
Okay, so we have one not guilty. Morgan.
Not guilty.
Not
Bella.
guilty.
Okay. Frankie.
Not
Ariel.
Not guilty.
Wednesday.
Not guilty.
Okay, the panel has concluded that unsolicited is not guilty. However, we still want the voice of the people. So now that we have the jurors' vote, we need the people's vote. All right. So let's get into it. If unsolicited is guilty, smiley face. If unsolicited is not guilty, sad face. Guilty, smiley face. Not guilty, sad face. Let's get these votes in. Guilty, smiley face. Not guilty, sad face. Less than 10 seconds. All right. 282 people have concluded that unsolicited is not guilty. Unsolicited. After hearing your testimony and after the evidence that has been submitted, not only have the jury, but the people have concluded that you are not guilty. This is why it is important to show up for your trial. So even if you feel like you're guilty, the people in the jury might have a different opinion.
And I have a closing remark, Your Honor, because she told me that I was scary looking, that, I'm afraid to turn on my camera. Well, if everybody knows my voice, the only thing I did was change my page name. So my last previous page name was Grown and Sexy. So if you know me by that name, you've seen my face. I look very much prettier than friends with no hair.
Okay.
Oh, and she has 2 scoops of hair. I'm sorry, because that crumble cookie up there. That's like 2 scoops. You know, the little crumble strawberry shortcake at crumble cookie. That's the little bun she has to the top, the swoop. Okay, I'm sorry, Yanni.
Was there anything else unsolicited?
No, that's all, Your Honor. And I appreciate the verdict. I appreciate the people. And you will not see me in court anymore, Your Honor.
Don't speak too soon. That's what they all say.
I won't be back.
Okay. We shall see. We have faith in
Thanks.
you.
Thanks for having me, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Thank you for stopping in. We appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of your day. All right. She done came in and shook the table up a little bit this morning, right?
Judge Mills. So, crumble cookie here, that is wild.
Yeah. Okay. So, since we got that case, we're going to move on to the next one. Now, with this case, we have Mr. Washington versus Kev the Comic. If y'all would like to share the live to those 2 individuals. Mr. Washington versus Kev the Comic. Y'all go ahead and share that live to them. For the people that are here, go on ahead, send it out to them. We're going to give them the opportunity to arrive, and if not, we are going to play the evidence that has brought them to court today, aka how they ended up on the docket. So go ahead and share the live out to them. I'm going to give them a moment. I'm going to go ahead and pin that for y'all for the people that was asking. Yep, go ahead and share the live out. 1 more minute, and then I am going to submit the evidence. Okay, so let me see. What do we have here? Okay, hold on. We have another bailiff.
So, hey, so the people asking, can we postpone, because this one's a good one, until Mr. Washington, give him some time to get out of court. So can we skip them for a while and save them for a little later is what they asking in the comments.
Oh, okay.
And Kev gonna come to court late, so can we get them in here?
Oh, Kev actually would like to be here for his case.
That's what somebody just said in the comments. He gonna be late, but yeah, they I seen it a couple times. Can we wait? So,
Okay.
all right, I'm going back down.
Not a problem. All right, so we are going to move on to the next docket, and that is going to be Friends with Attitude versus Slim. Allegedly, matter of fact, nope. I'm not even going to do that. I'd rather y'all just hear it for yourself. So, one moment. All right, y'all. So we have Friends with Attitude versus Slim. I'm getting ready to play the video evidence as to why they ended up on the docket.
Nothing. Not one motherfucking thing. But you care more about her to sacrifice me and my platform because you want her to build. That's fine, Slim. That's fine. You would never, ever motherfucking find another like me. I bet you that. I bet you that. I put that on my motherfucking dead-ass mama.
Okay, I stand corrected. You did send me your number. I didn't see it in the message.
I know I did.
You right.
Friends. Oh, I'm getting mad. I'm getting mad. I'm getting mad. I'm getting so mad.
Look at me. Look at me. I'm gonna come back on camera. Look at me. I need you to look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
Let me tell you something. This is the motherfucking face of somebody that cared about your ass, and you was willing to sacrifice me. Me.
It wouldn't.
No, you did it. You did it. You did it. I'm mad as fuck.
I'm speaking.
She hurt. She hurt, Slim. She hurt.
I'm not gonna deny or invalidate how she feels.
Yeah, she hurt.
It wasn't to sacrifice you. It wasn't. Cause majority of the times, if you listen to her tell you, for a long time, she was telling me, she was like, damn, Slim, like that's fucked up. She did this. And I was like, nah, man, maybe that shit coincidence. Maybe that shit coincidence.
It wasn't like that. It wasn't like that, Slim.
Wait, friends, baby, wait a minute.
I'm just letting you know how I really
Slim,
feel.
you don't know the damage. Bro, that's why I want you up here. Because I know my emotions. And I know how I feel about people. Just because you don't got no real motherfuckers fucking with you. I told you from the get-go I fucked with you. You sacrificed me.
Friend, baby. Thank you. Go on mute. Real quick. That's my mod. Nick. Go ahead, Nikki, real quick.
Is one of her mods available to come up? If one of her mods is available, can you come up?
Yeah, there go Chocolate Bunny is in the comments.
Chocolate Bunny, can you come up?
Yeah, you need one of your mods.
Nothing.
Now here's part 2.
I'm a real motherfucker. I ain't no fake motherfucker. And you around fake motherfuckers every day. But I showed you I fucked with you. Me. You sacrificed me.
Real quick. Maybe this should be done at another time.
Yeah. We gon' listen, friends. We gonna redo this interview.
It's cool because it's cool for her to get what she got on her chest out. And the reason why I'm letting her get it out, because I mean, shit, we could have had a conversation at one point in time. Shit, when I tried to come in.
Slim, I asked you to call me. That's what I asked you to do. And seeing there's people like these motherfuckers that's down in the bottom, that's enjoying this shit for our relationship. They enjoying this shit. Do you understand me? And you was willing to let it be like this so they could enjoy it. So I hope that whatever clout you was trying to get, baby, I hope you got it. Because you will never, ever, ever.
Friends, come on now.
And fuck anybody that's got something to say about friends. This is some real, genuine ass shit. I'm a real motherfucker at the end of the day. I ain't pretending. This some real shit. Please. Because what we don't need is for anyone to get sick. And for the motherfucker that's down there asking if she came over here to talk to Cool, maybe I can't hold my emotions enough. Maybe I wasn't motherfucking done. Maybe I'm pissed the fuck off and he shouldn't have been over here. That's why the fuck you asking, is he okay? Man, you know what? My Slim, she'll talk to you another day. Yeah. No, go ahead and talk to him. I'm gonna mute up. Talk to him. I'm gonna mute up. But for that motherfucker that's down there just asking about Slim, go on. Is that okay?
I could time.
No, go ahead and talk to Cool. Don't run now, because you done brought the emotions up. The emotions is running high now because I'm a real motherfucker. These motherfuckers that be in your fucking face, they don't fuck with you like you think they do. But a real genuine motherfucker that fuck with you gonna let you see they fucking emotions for you. They gonna defend you in any space. You know what? These motherfuckers don't motherfucking fuck with you like that.
If you want to have a grown, I'm not gonna sit here and take be a public puncher bag. If you want to get.
Oh my God! Is this coming from the same person that punched on me?
Listen. If you want to have a conversation, if you want to have a conversation with me,
you have my number to do that though.
I just said I was just gonna say I can call you. You can get this shit off your chest while we on the phone.
But Slim, did you cut me up on here? It's one thing about me.
All right. Now that the jurors done heard the video evidence as to why they are on the docket today, you may discuss it.
I just need to know the backstory, because what is she upset about? Like,
okay. So just to give y'all some context, so Friends with Attitude and Slim had some type of disagreement with one another. Slim felt like Friends with Attitude was throwing people under the bus to build her platform up. And let me give context to that. So Slim was saying that Friends with Attitude was getting close to people and kind of like studying them and like listening to their ideas and then going back and then mimicking those things on her platform. So when Slim went to have a conversation with her, it started out with him just saying like, hey, like, I'm noticing how when you're running your platform, you kind of always comparing yourself to what other creators is doing. You don't have to do that. Do what you need to do for you, but stop like trying to put them down to lift yourself up. One of the things that he noticed is that she'll say, yeah, because those content creators, I don't do what they do. And he just kind of heard it repetitively and finally said something to her on her platform. And she asked him, why didn't you have this conversation with me on the back end? And he was just like, well, no, like, I feel like it's not like I'm taking a dig at you. I'm just saying like, yo, like, just like focus on you. I'm telling you, like, the way you handling it right now is not a good look. Like right here in this moment, I'm trying to stop you from crashing out is what he was saying. Well, she did not take that advice too well. And from there, it's pretty much been some tension. Then last week in court, we found out by Slim and Who the Hell is Shell. Who the Hell is Shell is someone who also moderates for Slim. And allegedly, Who the Hell is Shell was supposed to be doing interviews and stuff like that. And most of the ideas that Friends with Attitude have came from Who the Hell is Shell and Slim. So they addressed that in court. And unfortunately, when Slim was in the conversation, he was in another live. So I'm just kind of like getting y'all caught up. Slim's just so happened to be in Morgan's live with a few other people. And he was called to go over to Friends with Attitude live to have a conversation with Cool. So if y'all can recall, in the comment section, the question was asked, I thought you was there to have a conversation with Cool. He was over there to talk to Cool. He was not there to talk with Friends with Attitude. So when he went over there, it kind of looked like he was ambushed in his opinion. Matter of fact, Who the Hell Shell is here. Good day.
Hey, Bella, what's up, y'all?
And good day, Queen. How you doing?
I'm good. How y'all doing?
They was trying to get the backstory as to how Slim and friends fell out, and you was directly involved. So if you would like them to like hear it from you, that would be great.
Okay, so let's get some content behind this whole "you sacrificed me" thing, okay? And I shared a live with Slim, and I just texted him, but it is like 5:30 in the morning for him,
Which I understand.
so I don't know if he's gonna be able to come because he was having a good time enjoying himself yesterday, and he was doing stuff out the app. So I don't know if he's gonna make it or not.
No worries.
So the whole sacrifice thing, I feel like she felt like Slim picked me over her, which, like I said last weekend, that never happened, right? It was a lot of things that, like, it was a lot of things. A lot of people just sticking to that whole interview aspect, but it was multiple things that I would say out my mouth and friends would take in 2.5 seconds. And I'm like, Slim, did you just see that? And he'd be like, nah, Shell, you tripping. For one thing, Slim met Friends in the morning show. Friends was not over there in Slim room modding for him, being on his side, being a real one, being a genuine one. It was not like that. So for her to paint this narrative like they had this long history of friendship, that's a lie. Was she cool? Yes. Was he cool with her? Yes. But was she a part of the family for this long, extensive period of time and he just flipped on her for me? That's a lie. That's a lie. Okay. Two, she made a comment about, I'm a real one. You got people around you who won't support you. You got fake ones around you because I will show you my emotions. I don't have to get on TikTok and cry behind Slim for him to know that I'm a real one. I don't have to do all that. I don't have to tell all his business or check him in front of everybody or get him down when he going off. I don't have to do all that. If shit get too damn out of hand, Slim know exactly what the hell I do to get him down. Don't forget, she was mad he didn't defend her hands. I don't care about that, y'all. I'm gonna stay out the comments, y'all. Let me get this off, because after the day, I don't really want to talk about this no more, because at the end of the day, it's just too much, and I don't know how it kept going as long as it's going. I don't have to do that. If Slim doing too much, I have resources on the back end. I could get him dropped. I could get his ass off the panel for the whole show. I don't have to do all that. I don't have to chase panels. I don't have to go on no tour. I don't have to do none of that. I'm not that type of friend. So for her to say stuff like that's a lie too. Slim know exactly what the hell his real mod family, because she was never a mod. She's not a part of the mod family. He knows what we would do if he doing too much. His mods will come get him. We'll tell him to get down. We'll tell Slim to shut up. If he not listening, we will get Slim dropped. He knows that. So for her to make it seem like we don't show emotions, we do on the back end. It is levels to this. We don't have to do that. Okay? The whole thing about him sacrificing her, he didn't agree with how the interview was going. That's the only reason why he did not want to do an interview. He didn't want her to bring up no old bones and no old skeletons about him during that interview. It did not have nothing to do with me why he didn't want to have an interview with her. Out of all of this and her disrespect, when she disrespected him, that's when he brought up, well, you know what, you even, you know what I'm saying, my sister was clocking shit on you, trying to tell me what you had going on, and I wasn't paying attention to her. That's how all of this came out. It wasn't his original argument with her. He was really just trying to go over there, give her some constructive criticism, tell her, like, look, you don't have to do this. This is not how you have to garner your support. And from that, she started disrespecting him. That's how I feel about it. I ain't got nothing to do with the whole going back and forth. The only part I got to do with it was, let me break something down to y'all. I had a live where I was trying to help another content creator buy some paintbrushes, right? I told them I couldn't use my Cash App because my Cash App is connected to a few businesses. So I asked them, can I use his Cash App so we can send it to the next lady? She took that to her platform as well. I was having an auction, okay? I did end up not having an auction because I had to help somebody else on the back end, so I gave that money on the back end instead of having an auction. She took that idea as well. Slim them gave me the idea of doing interviews. She took that idea as well. It was several different things. Several different things. It seemed like every time we say something, she going back to her platform saying the same shit too. And it was just a whole lot of like coincidences. So I just told Slim, that's your friend. Y'all cool. I thought she was my friend. We may not be that. This TikTok, it ain't that serious to me. I'ma just go on by my way. I know how to move around. I could be cordial in the same space. I don't have to do that. So for all this time, I just been quiet. I just been cool. That's it. That's all. Until she can address me and say that Shell, she knows, and that's my thing. Her whole argument is she never really addressing the real issue. She going around it, just making it seem like it's a beef between her and Slim when that wasn't the case. Now it's a beef between you and Slim because you call him by his name and you talked about his manhood. But this really wasn't the whole case.
May I ask a question?
Yes, ma'am.
Did my eyes spy a background that says ADHD Live? I'm just curious.
Yes, ma'am. That's what I think. That's the name of it.
Correct.
Just think it speaks volumes. Sorry.
Yep. That is what it's called. For the people in the comments saying, I have never seen you do an interview. You're right. I want to stay far from that idea now. I told him I don't want to do it. I'm going to let her have that. But what you will see is it's called the Mod Takeover, and we come on every Saturday nights at 6 p.m. It's the Mods Takeover. And next Saturday is Bella's Mods. So if I've been asking you guys to check your DMs, it's because I'm personally inviting you guys to the Mod Takeover. That's it. That's all. Bella, do you anything else?
Well, they
I'm sorry,
put testimony.
Frankie.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know you're not speaking for Slim, but since you are close to Slim, did Slim feel set up in that moment with getting called over there to that live?
Yes, because he was in another live. He was actually with Morgan at the top talking about some positive things and in her live and trying, they were having a conversation over her room and he was summoned over there. He didn't know what the hell was going on.
Thank you for giving clarity to that.
May I clarify? I'm not being ableist at all. I just was asking that question because, sometimes people tell you who they are or what they're dealing with. It kind of might explain some of the behavior. That's the only reason why I was trying to get clarification on that.
Say that again. I'm sorry. What you said?
Well, I was trying to get clarification. I wasn't trying to be ableist on the background, the description of the live, because when people tell you who they are, you kind of like that may have a little bit to do with what product you see.
Right, but we never knew anything about an ADHD live. We didn't know that part about her until she put that on her. She never told us anything about ADHD behavior or live. When she came to us, originally when she came to us, and when I say us, I mean Slim Mods and becoming some of our friends, because originally some of Slim Mods were her mods in the beginning. When she came to us, she was more so like, oh, I'm on peace. I'm tired of the drama. Every time you go in these big content creators spaces, it's full of drama. They getting money off of our pain. We don't know how to communicate. Like, she came on that back end. She never said anything about no ADH live, no interviews. And then she really was saying she don't know how they do it. She just wanted to have a small room in her own space because she had her own businesses. She really wasn't taking TikTok serious. She was trying to promote Black businesses. So it really wasn't all of this. And I think when she saw the numbers starting to shoot up, because she did get some drama in her room one time, that's when she changed her whole MO.
So I do have a Cash App message, and it says the ADHD live came from Rose initially.
Okay, I can believe it. I've said it since one. I don't think nothing organic or genetic came from friends over there. I think everything is a piece of everybody she been hanging around, and I feel like that's why people feel okay over there, because if you really look around, Slim here, y'all. If y'all look around, y'all see a piece of everybody over there.
Okay, so we do have Slim here, y'all. Good day, Slim.
Hello, everyone. Hold on.
What's up, bro?
What did I do to end up on the docket this week?
So it's not necessarily what you did. It's just that if there was an exchange between you and Friends with Attitude, I did play the audio of Friends saying that she felt like she was sacrificed by you. She did acknowledge that you was brought over to the live by Cool, but she couldn't hold her composure. So the people was able to hear the video evidence.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to bother that lady. I got 2 days to talk about you if we file out the day that it happened, the day after, and then I'ma leave you the fuck alone. And I left it alone, and then Cool brought me over there, and Friends tried to turn up, and then that was just some bullshit. But yeah.
So just for clarity, did you ever get to find out why you was asked to have a conversation with Cool over there?
Nah, I kind of know though. They was having that interview was going bad. You know what I'm saying? And whenever you need you need a little viewership, just go off on me, goddamn. That's all.
So wait, so you feel like you was sacrificed?
Shit, you went from 70 to 500, and then and I'm watching you go off. You went from 70 people that was watching that motherfucking interview, and then it went to like 500 people. And then that's when you start trying to be like, oh, all right, well, yeah, you could just leave. And you went all the way off and said everything you fucking can. The fuck? And I ain't go off. I ain't argue back with you for real. I just let you do your thing.
Interesting. So we just going to sum it up. It came off like it was a clout move.
Yeah, almost every time if she had low numbers, when she had low numbers, she did that shit after the interview. Then you turn around, you call me, GAY. I'm not even fucking with you. I'm not even talking about you. None of that shit. Your numbers got low, so you wanted to go ahead and get some more. You start calling me out my name. She doing all that yelling and hollering, you know what I'm saying, just to be able to get some motherfucking numbers.
Okay. Jers, is there anything that you want to say while we have Slim in the panel?
Hey, Miss Bella, can I just say something real quick?
Absolutely.
I just want to say that for the people in the comment, Cool was not a part of no setup. Cool did not know what was going on. Cool was very actually cool about it. When I saw her in a different live, in Peach Live, and I went up, she was very, you know what I'm saying, supportive. She was trying to, she did not know. So she was trying to understand where everything was coming from. And she was real, I'm talking about real. She was real understanding. She got it. She spoke good words. She stayed neutral as possible. So Cool was not a part of no setup. She did not know what was going on. She just wanted everything to kind of die down, and, you know what I'm saying, and to keep the peace. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, good.
So I have a question. So Slim, do you think Friends did this just for views? She went off on you for views. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't no real. I was sitting there calm. I would have let you do whatever. I would let you say whatever you needed to. But I'm watching you go off, and then you watching the numbers go up, and then you know what I'm saying. You calm down when they got to a place where you feel like you got a little crowd or whatever.
Do any of the other jurors have questions for Slim while he was here?
No. I already got my decision.
Okay. Anyone else? Because we definitely can go ahead and come up with a verdict. Y'all ready?
Good morning, Slim. Guilty. I'm done with it.
Man, goddamn.
Who, Kadar? Who's guilty? Slim or Friends?
That was the light skin
Friends.
side of him. That's the light. That's that bullshit right there. He mean don't know. God damn. He ain't
Get it out the way. You hear me,
nothing.
James? It's over.
I don't know, Judge Medley. This is like case closed today, like open and shut. I feel like when your ego gets too big for you and you don't know how to be humble, because I'm starting to go live, and Slim came in there and dropped jewels on me. He does not have to. And sometimes as an up and coming creator, somebody that has done it and is proven, you got to sit back and humble yourself and listen, because they done been through the trenches. And if your ego is too big, baby, come on now. So I feel like you played yourself. And it's just that simple.
And I feel like, and it's just me on the outside looking in, I feel like ever since Friends with Attitudes has gone live and done the interviews and all that, she's always been in drama or on the docket. So I just feel like at the end of the day, she might need to pipe down a little bit.
Maybe it's true. Maybe she's just doing it for the numbers, to get her viewership up. I don't know, but it just sounds stupid to me. Yeah, Slim's not guilty. Go ahead.
Okay. So
I also vote that Slim is not guilty.
So I want to make sure we get everyone's vote in order. Girl number 1, Kadera. Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
Morgan, do you find Slim guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
Not guilty for me.
Okay, we have Mama.
Oh, Slim guilty. We need to shake this up a little bit. Fuck is you talking about? Fuck is going on, y'all? I ain't going with the majority. Sorry, Slim. I'm just being an asshole. He's not guilty.
Yeah, you are.
All right, listen. We need accuracy. So not guilty?
Yeah, nah, he not guilty. He not guilty.
Okay, Ariel.
Not guilty.
Wednesday.
Not guilty.
All right, now that we have the jurors' vote, we're going to allow the people to have a verdict as well. If Slim is guilty, smiley face. If he is not guilty, sad face. If Slim is guilty, smiley face. If he is not guilty, sad face. All right, we're getting the votes in. Guilty, smiley face. Not guilty, sad face. Thank y'all for the gifts. Tap the screen. If you're not already following Accountability Court, please follow the page. Thank y'all for helping me complete the live goal. Thank you for sharing out the live. Thank y'all for being here. All right, we getting the vote in. Less than 10 seconds. Guilty, smiley face. Not guilty, sad face. Okay, the people have concluded. 457 people have decided that Slim is not guilty. The jury have concluded Slim is not guilty. I have a Cash App message that says, for the people, could the people hear the whole docket? So going forward, we will be doing one case at a time. Okay, so thank y'all for asking for clarity on that. But for my OGs that been here with Accountability Court from day one, we used to do one docket at a time. So we're going to bring that back. We have a panel full of jurors. We're going to bring that back. So that's how we rocking and rolling. All right. So Slim, the people in the jury have found you not guilty. Is there anything you would like to say?
I just like to say thank you to everybody that believed in me. You know what I'm saying? I know I ain't do shit, feel me? Yeah, I know I wasn't really going off on cotton candy, you know what I'm saying? But deal, feel me? I was really trying to mind my own business. You were fucking with me, but appreciate y'all for letting me beat the case, you know what I'm saying? And I see y'all later.
It's a parade inside my city, yeah.
You just did too much.
I see y'all later.
All right, Slim, thank you for coming up. Shell, is there anything else you wanted to add while you are in the panel?
No, thank y'all. Y'all have a good day, and I'll be in the comments for the rest of the case.
Thank you, Shell. See you later.
Bye, Shell.
Bye, Morgan. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye,
Thank
Shell.
you. Okay. So now we do have the next docket. Now this docket is going to be a little interesting. So we have friends with attitude versus nowhere. If
What I
y'all,
tell you? What I tell you?
My goodness.
Now, don't be biased now. Keep a clear head. We don't know. We don't know.
again, a lot has happened this week. So, yeah, man, listen. So we got friends with attitude versus nowhere. If y'all want to share the live out to nowhere, let's see where he's at. And I'm going to give that a minute before I go into details about that case. It's funny, y'all acting shy. Don't listen. I ain't even gonna give nope. Trust me, friends with attitude is not the person who's always on the docket. I do not have to say that lady name for y'all to know who's always on the docket usually. So.
Was she on the docket all day today?
Like let's be for real. All right, so all right, it looked like that minute has passed. So we are going to go into the details of the docket with friends with attitude versus nowhere. So friends with attitude is being accused of questioning the sexuality of nowhere. Friends with attitude insinuated that nowhere is in the closet and that he needs to be honest about what he really wants. So, again, if nowhere is available, but yeah, so that's what was alleged.
Is it time for discussion?
It is definitely time for discussion.
I'm sorry. Well, first of all, I just want to say, upon observation, I have noticed that Friends has terrible comprehension skills. She has poor listening and horrible comprehension skills. She cannot read a comment section and comprehend what's being said to her, which then leads her to start going off and yelling. With all that I've heard and all that I've seen in the past weeks, it is very evident that she uses other people's content to create her own, but she puts a spin on it that's quite weak, and it's also turns disrespectful and demeaning to the people that she's talking to. That's all I wanted to say. I'm sorry. So for her to say or to assume that or to question his his actuality is crazy, but it's just another thing. It's just another thing.
Yeah, I just want to hear what happened because.
And at what point do we mind our business? At what point are things off limits? Where's the line?
You can't mind your business and drum up numbers. You have to be messy, apparently, in order to keep the numbers up and get gifts. I mean, that's what I'm seeing. I don't know what's going on.
Okay,
So is those recordings available?
so the interaction with and there wasn't even no interaction. It was just her literally just she was in a live and someone who nowhere had a disagreement with, she asked that person in the live to activate on nowhere. She asked that person to come into the panel to just express his disdain for nowhere. That person did not do so. However, while discussing that, she went on to follow up by saying nowhere is basically in the closet and that he needs to leave that individual alone. And that definitely needed to be discussed because if nowhere has said multiple times, and I'm not sure if y'all was here for last Sunday's court, but nowhere explained multiple times that he is heterosexual, that he was trying to befriend that individual, and in return, he ended up getting disrespect, having his stance questioned, and he just pretty much stepped away because there was other things going on. But it was just strange to just randomly just say, oh, and by the way, like since I'm already feeling some type of way about some things, I'm just going to chime in on this situation here. And then that's how the whole spill out of nowhere possibly being in the closet came into
So nowhere basically caught a stray.
nowhere for sure caught a stray.
Gotcha.
So
Absolutely.
people are saying anything that you put on TikTok is fair game, right? But he didn't come out. He keeps on saying, I'm straight. And you're making an assumption or trying to put tea out there and be messy. That shouldn't even be a discussion because he never said it. It's not fair game if he never said it. But that's what I'm saying. Where do you draw the line? You're keeping up mess for numbers.
So this is where a case of um, knowing who you're befriending. So if nowhere isn't in the closet, like she says, and he was only having a platonic friendship with a person, and that person in turn uses that platonic friendship as a way to be messy, that's not his fault. And you can't call him a but, you know, that's TikTok for you.
But we can't see the evidence firsthand. And so, we're just, going by alleged. So is it really fair for us to find anyone guilty when we really don't know? There's not enough evidence.
And
I
I want to
agree.
say this too. Y'all gonna stop putting labels on people because y'all don't know people's mindsets. Y'all don't know what they got going on off the app. And y'all sitting there just making stuff up. I know you don't care what you say, how you say it, anything like that, but the motto is treat others how you want to be treated. If you don't want nobody to talk about you, don't talk about them. Simple. Stay out of people's business.
But see, the question also lies, why does it matter? And why do you feel the need as a host of a live? Oh, after you said XYZ, now I'm going to ask you about your personal business. Why does it matter? Your live is not about me, about how I live my life on the back end. How is that your business and why is it now your content?
Good morning, and I agree with that. And also, the person in question there said that nowhere was heterosexual. So why is it a big deal? The person also said it. So why is she making that part of her content?
Yeah,
Is
this
there
ain't
any
no
I,
other
easy.
viewers that want to add something to
I would
that?
like for us to say to stop calling that content and say live creating because if you don't have any actual videos or content, you are not a content creator. You are a live host. But go ahead, carry on.
Please repeat that for the people in the back.
Yeah, if you don't have any content, she's making you your backdrop. She's not making you her content. You got to mute, homie, because she don't have no content. So people don't make content are not content creators. You are live hosts. There you go.
Or influencers. I would like that
Yeah.
word better.
Anyone else?
But if you label her, it's an influencer. And if someone is struggling to come out to their family and peers, how is that an influencer? How is that being a true influencer for possibly positivity or is looking like more negative shots? So I wouldn't dare call that person an influencer. I wouldn't want that person to influence anyone that I know that is having a hard time to come out. How do you do that? So that's not an influencer to me.
Well, influencer doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be a positive. You can influence someone in a negative way. She's a negative influencer and she's probably not even, influencing someone. She's definitely not influencing anybody in a positive way. But when we think about influencer, we tend to think of positive things. She's a negative influencer. She influences negativity and the people who enjoy it. She's definitely influencing them. She influences an audience of people who like her garbage. Oh, did I say that? I'm sorry.
Wednesday, I could have just took the other. Okay, let me just go on mute.
What is it?
My bad, Bella. I accidentally requested. I just listened to the convo when I came in. I thought this was a coalition meeting. Y'all go ahead. I'll see y'all later.
So,
Hey, Bella, I'll be right back, okay? I'll be back, Bells.
okay. You look cute, by the way. Hey, girl.
No, thank you.
All right. We have for the haters here. Good day.
Hey, good morning. I think you all are labeling her wrong. She did not say that's what she was. She specifically said she's a content creator interviewer. That's the only thing she does is interview content creators. That's the label that she gave me when she was doing her interview. So I just wanted to correct that.
Okay. Thank you for that
Okay.
clarity. I appreciate you for the haters. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. Nice to see you all. Thanks for letting me up.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Hey, you all.
All right. So, jurors, after hearing kind of each other's thoughts on this, are y'all ready to come up with a verdict pertaining to that case?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
All right. In question of, was it inappropriate to question Nowhere's sexuality? Is friends with attitude guilty or not guilty, Morgan?
Guilty.
Guilty.
Keys?
Sure, you're good. Guilty.
Okay, I don't find guilty because I don't believe there's enough evidence either way in this instance. So, there's no direct evidence. Neither defendant is here. That's where I stand.
This is why we have a juror. Wednesday?
I'm going to have to be ethically correct with Ariel. Although I would like to say guilty, there's not enough evidence.
All right, so just to give us a clear response, guilty or not guilty? Wednesday?
Oh, I'm sorry. Not guilty.
It's okay. No
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm all about facts. And she's not here. He's not here. So I'm going to have to say not guilty.
The people have witnessed that we have a hung jury, so now the decision is up to the people. Okay? So now the people make the decision. Is friends with attitude guilty? Smiley face. If she's not guilty, sad face. Is friends with attitude guilty when it pertains to the case of Nowhere's sexuality in question? If she's guilty, smiley face. If she's not guilty, sad face. Let's get these verdicts in. Less than 10 seconds. $309 people concluded that friends with attitude is guilty for questioning Nowhere's sexuality. We are going to move on to the next case. The next case we have Rose versus Speak. I have video evidence for this case. If y'all want to share the live out to Rose and Speak.
playing in my face.
What's that supposed to be?
What I'm saying is that the respect that I'm having for you is depleting. Because you're not showing me respect.
Because you don't want me to. I'm not responding to you how you want me to respond. That woman called me out my name 3 times. And she said I lied about what I said was a fact.
You disrespected my shit.
I got you, but she called me out my name. She disrespected me,
you can
beloved.
address that after you address her.
She disrespected me. If you feel like I violated
you can address her after you address the fact.
If you feel like I violated your platform, then you gonna mute him.
My nigga, I don't give a fuck about none of that weird ass shit that you own. Fuck all of that. Cause what you don't want is for me to disrespect you. That shit that she said was light work, my nigga. That wasn't shit compared to what I can say to you. So how you gonna sit up here and be more focused, hyper-focused on this motherfucker who don't give a fuck about you? And the bitch who don't give a fuck about you, you pushing me to the side. Nigga, fuck you. Fuck all of that. That's crazy.
No.
You was talking. You dropped me to say what you had to say. Fuck speak. And now you want to bring me up and you want this content and going back and forth.
You know what?
But you just said fuck me.
So what statement?
Because I made your platform chaos off of one situation.
Okay.
I did all this shit. Your platform is unsafe now. Speak wreaked havoc. I let off the AK in your shit. This shit crazy.
So when do you want to have a conversation with me?
We're having an exchange right now. We're not having a conversation?
It's an exchange. It's not.
So what's happening?
It's an exchange. It's not a conversation.
All right, so you let me know how we gonna have a conversation after you said fuck, speak. I'm listening.
Well, first, it's actually understanding where both people are coming from. Why is it that you can't understand where I'm coming from? Speak.
You said you feel disrespected.
And I
got you.
Why? So you got.
You said what you said. I heard every word that came out your mouth. All of us heard that shit. Okay? You feel disrespected.
How do you fix that?
You tell me, beloved. You controlling this shit. You say what you want. You drop. You let me constantly be muted, and now you want me to come up here and have a conversation with you after fuck you speak. What?
So
that ain't how that works.
You made that mistake. Speak. You acknowledged that the stuff that I said, you acknowledged it. So how do you fix it when you made that mistake?
What is there to fix? You just disrespected me and said fuck you. Speak.
So you not acknowledging anything that I said, how do you think that made me feel? Speak.
Rose, what you want from me?
You not acknowledging anything that I said, how do you think that made me feel?
Rose, out your mouth, the words fuck you came out. Because you and your emotions. So am I supposed to care about how you feel now? After you disrespected me? I ain't disrespect you. I didn't say nothing directly to you to disrespect you, matter of fact. Let me clear that up. But because it's your platform, you think you can say fuck you to somebody and they gonna come back and everything is all willy-nilly and cool, calm, and collected. We chilling now.
The reason why I said...
And it's okay for you to say fuck, speak. Fuck you, nigga, basically. Okay? And I'm in the wrong. I'm in the wrong in all this shit, mind you. Gotcha.
The statement fuck you was in regards to you saying that I was trying to... what was the words that he used? I was trying to speak down to you as a black man. You said that I was...
Yeah, you started your statement as a black man, this, that, and third. You can't speak down to me, beloved. You can't speak down to me like that.
I didn't speak down to you, though. Speak.
Because the point was, whatever happened before happened.
You tried to create...
Disrespect happened on multiple occasions.
You tried...
I kept getting muted.
You tried to create...
And now you want to bring up, as a black man, I'm disappointed in you, basically. Nah, that ain't how that worked.
You tried to create a narrative that I was speaking down to you as a black man when that wasn't what I did at all. You referred to yourself as a black man first. I repeated the statements out of your mouth and said, as a because I was addressing AP about some shit, but we know how you do. Yeah. And as a black man, I would hope that you could acknowledge where you may have went wrong. You said that I was speaking down to you, and you said, fuck out of here, and called me goofy. And so I said, fuck that, and fuck you if that's how you feel. Let's go ahead and make sure that we understand the words that came out of your mouth first. Because I would have never, I would have never said, fuck you, just off the strength. Speak, you made statements that were disrespectful as to why we have to make sure that we understand the context of why people are saying certain things. You said a lot of hurtful and harmful things in regards to me as a woman, especially a black woman with a platform such as this. And when men have egos, what did I say to you that was hurtful? What are you talking about now? Me off. What? I have to be mindful of the things that I say on this here app. There's a lot of people already who swear that I hate men, period. And for you to then create that statement, you explain what I said to you that was hurtful. A narrative, I had to then correct the action and then say fuck all of that because Rose will not be considered a woman who then hates men and degrades men and makes men feel small and inadequate. Those were the sentiments that you put out into the space, into the universe, to make people believe this one thing about me and your engagement. That's what I do not like. That's what I do not appreciate. That is the disrespect that I am speaking to. That is the fuck you that I'm referring to, because you will not paint that narrative about me. However, you created a narrative about yourself when you decided to dismiss the fact that I was violated by you in my space. And other women just got violated by you in my space. I'm not making that up. That is literally what happened. And I expressed that to you multiple times, but you don't want to hear me. You're choosing to be obtuse. You're choosing not to listen. And no matter how calmly I speak to you or how aggressively I speak to you, you still don't want to hear it because you're more focused on AP. You want to just get to AP. That's not how conversations work. My focus is the disrespect. And I'm focused on your disrespect. So let's focus on your disrespect so we can focus on other people disrespecting you. How about you focus on what you said on your mouth? Disrespect. Can you focus on the disrespect that came out of your mouth? Can you look internally? I said something to Rose. You look at everyone else but at yourself. Speak. You got to look at yourself in the mirror before you decide to speak to anybody else and what they did wrong. You got to acknowledge your shit. Because if you don't acknowledge what you did, can't nobody respect what you have to say about nobody else. Speak. Nobody can respect it because you won't even acknowledge what you did. You're not acknowledging it. You're not speaking to it. You said you're not even saying bro. You're not even holding yourself accountable for the shit that you said. Speak. So how the fuck do you expect other people to then want to hear your voice of reason when you can't even reason with yourself to acknowledge that you made a mistake? All it took was for you to be like, you know what? I shouldn't have did that shit. You know what? I had to bring her shit up. Yeah, it happened. However, I didn't have to do that shit. Ain't nobody asking for no full-on apology. Just acknowledgement that you should have did that shit. You just said, I should have apologized. And what you just said. Just acknowledgement that you shouldn't have done it. You were expecting an apology. Stop. You literally just contradicted yourself. You did expect an apology. That you should not have done would have been more understanding, and people would have been more prone to hearing you out had you acknowledged that you did something that you shouldn't have done. I said it is what it is. I did acknowledge it. I said it happened. What you did. I said it did happen. I acknowledged it. That is not acknowledging. You expected me to apologize in that same in that same line. I don't have nothing to apologize about. It's not acknowledging. I never asked for an apology. Now did I? I didn't ask you for an apology. Just said I should have apologized. No, I did not. I did not say that at all. You just contradicted yourself. No, I did not ask for an apology at all. I said acknowledge. You just said you spoke to the lines of you spoke to expecting an apology. Something with people in their fucking pride. People in their pride, it looks like this. This is what pride and ego looks like, Speak. What you're doing right now, because you feel like you're under attack and you don't want to hear anything that I'm saying, is what's happening right now. You're choosing to not listen to what I'm saying because you feel like you're under attack. I'm not attacking you. I'm not attacking you. However, I do feel disrespected. And even in a space where I could be going harder, I'm gonna drop you. Because even in a space where I could be going harder, I'm not. The acknowledgement of, hey, you know what? That shit, it is what it is, but I know that I didn't have to go that far. Boom.
All right. Context is important. Along with context, we have speak here in the panel. Rose is welcome to come into the panel if she would like to explain her side of it. Speak. You may unmute your mic, speak.
Peace, Bella. She can talk.
Rose, good day.
I'm chilling. She can talk.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, so the context, without me being so long-winded, because that was a long video. Basically, we were talking about relationships and people being able to date on social media and getting to know people and so on and so forth. And while we were talking, Speak was up on the panel. AP came into the room and he decided to use AP's experiences and whatever and whoever she ended up intermingling with as a example, and he basically exposed her information on my live in front of 300 plus people. That's what happened. And so I was checking it and addressing it and calling it out and saying that he shouldn't have done that. And that's how y'all had that long conversation that we were having, because he was more hyper focused on the fact that, you know, she disrespected him after she felt disrespected. So after he called her business out in front of people who didn't even know her business, and she was just coming in into a neutral ground, just saying, "Hey, Rose," that's all she had said. "Hey, Rose." And this man literally seen her name and just started airing out all of her business. She called him a bitch. And from there, he didn't want to hear anything else because he felt like he was disrespected for being called a bitch after he exposed all of her information and the people that she fucked, called names and everything. Information that nobody needed to know, nobody needed to hear, that wasn't the conversation, but he felt the need to bring that information to the forefront. That wasn't his business to tell. Then he shifted the narrative to it being that she broke up with dude on his panel. She said that's not how that happened. He was trying to prove that that is what happened. And then when I told him that he violated my space and he disrespected the boundary that I set forward and the rules that I had put in, like enforced in my live, and I was actively enforcing that information in my live. I was actively enforcing my boundaries and my rules. So yeah, that's what happened. Oh, and also for those people that are like, oh, well, her business was all over social media. Her business may have been everywhere else, but in my room. We didn't discuss her business in my room. That's why she liked coming over there on her main page, because nobody in there spoke to her business. Nobody in there addressed her, attack her, none of that. A lot of people come into my room and they do not get attacked for whatever shit that happened outside of my room. Nobody gets attacked for it. So she felt comfortable to come into my room and he fucked that up. I don't know if y'all know what that feels like to think that you're safe in a room and all of a sudden a nigga decide he want to attack you because he mad because you haven't talked to him. She blocked him. She hasn't been discussing anything with him, hasn't had conversations, and he decided that he wanted to attack her.
Speak.
All right, so y'all just gotta pay attention to Rose and how she exaggerates shit and inflates shit and everything she's saying. We was having a conversation, like she said, and I said, like I usually say, y'all bring y'all personal business to TikTok. Y'all bring up y'all relationships. Y'all choose to get on this app and tell people who y'all fucking on, who y'all meeting at hotels. When AP came in the room, I just said, that person right there is an example. Rose just lied and said I aired out AP's business and said all these names and did all this bullshit. She lying.
So you didn't call out the
One
men?
name,
You didn't
ma'am.
call
I
out the
didn't
men's
interrupt,
names?
ma'am. Fall back. I didn't interrupt you. I let
Did
you
you not
talk.
call out the men's names?
Ma'am, fall back. Let me talk. I didn't interrupt you.
Well, can the
One at a
judge
time.
ask him if he called out the
Ma'am,
men's
fall
motherfucking
back. I'm
names?
not done
Excuse me.
talking. Relax.
One at a
With your
time,
performative
please.
shit.
Speak.
This is
Hold
what
on
you
for
do.
1 second.
Relax.
Speak. 1 second. One at a time, so everyone can hear. Thank you so very much.
Like I was saying, I mentioned AP name, and then I did mention that, yeah, AP broke up and she exposed Brandon P in my live. The people who were in my platform know what happened. And what you call it, host, you was around when all that shit happened. We went on Cloud's line. What's his name? Cloud's 9 or Clouds or whatever. When they had the screen recording this shit, and I popped up in Cloud's live. I brought up AP. Slim got involved in all that shit. Y'all remember that shit? I said one person. Again, Rose lied and claimed I aired out all this laundry and shit. I named one person. But what she allowed to happen is AP go up there, call me out my name, multiple times, call me a bitch. Then AP lied and said I've been stalking her on this app. I've been harassing her, and that I lied about what happened in my platform. Then if y'all paid attention, what she said, nah, fuck you, speak. She didn't allow me to talk. And y'all know how Rose doing her platform. She get real emotional and shit. She kept dropping me. And y'all didn't see the part where in the beginning, when AP got up there, she kept muting me, laughing, smirking and shit. So it was funny to not let me talk in the beginning. And the point is, I got disrespected. Yeah, I may not have, I shouldn't have pulled up AP shit like that and say, yeah, AP is an example of y'all get on this app, y'all date, y'all fuck, and y'all expose y'all personal business on here. I probably shouldn't have mentioned AP name, but for her allow a lie to happen, for her allow me to be disrespected as a man, that's crazy. To call me a stalker on this app is wild. And AP had people go up on the panel and lie and say she had to block all these accounts because I've been stalking AP. When last year I only had 2 pages, this page and my personal page. So for you to lie and exaggerate again that I've been stalking you on this app is crazy. And I'm gonna land here as a joke, probably 3 times in less than, let me say, the last six months, excuse me. As a joke, AP unblocked me. I'm laughing. In tea time, I think I said it as a joke, probably in the comments or something. When I unblocked tea time and Chef and all them, and I think I did it in Chef Live as a joke. So again, for you to call me a stalker is wild. I don't even know you, beloved. We was mutuals for a short amount of time. You blocked me and I moved forward. Calling me a stalker on this app is wild. Making it seem like I'm harassing you and shit on this app. And like y'all say on this shit, play the receipts, show the receipts, right? Show the receipts, AP, in your platform or what have you, of all these different accounts that Speak been stalking you on, and you how to block me, and you want me to leave you alone and all this stupid shit, bro. It was a short amount of time that we was mutuals for. I haven't been stalking you. I have not been harassing you. And when I asked you to unblock me, it was a joke. This shit is not that deep. This was just, we was mutuals on TikTok and we left it alone. And shout out to Rose bullshit, saying fuck you, Speak. She lost all respect and all this other stupid shit. It's cool. I land.
Okay, so cause y'all like to say that Rose be lying, and my receipts be recepted. Amen. Could I submit some evidence into the court, please?
Yes, ma'am. I'm going to.
Okay. Now let's watch. Let's watch Speak crash the fuck out.
Rose, yo, why you do her dirty like that?
This is from the beginning.
He got clipped mid-sentence.
I want y'all to hear how we was chilling, and then when he seen AP come into the room, everything went left.
Please.
I got here.
Oh, so a man was coming to, get to know me because you didn't want to get to know me, Speak.
This is us playing.
It's interesting how men decide they want to start trying to piss on stuff after they see somebody came around and try to solidify something. Y'all funny.
I mean, you can't say that. I don't really be in your space like that. Exactly. I don't really come to your lives a lot, so.
But in the real world, best believe, I'm gonna put it this way: in the real world, best believe if this was some real shit and I wanted that, I'm gonna have that. I'm real territorial. So is he. That don't mean I'm gonna go to war over a woman, but I'm just saying in the real world, trust and believe, you would know what it is.
He not talking, y'all. Hold on.
She wasn't expecting that, but I'm dead ass. You can't trust nobody on this shit. Am I wrong, Rose?
I think he's trying to ruin the little relationship that me and Richie is building.
Oh yeah, fuck Rich. Respectfully. But tell me I'm wrong.
They talk about what time Rich gonna be done with basketball.
Hold on, but tell me I'm wrong.
You are
You
wrong.
don't know of at least 5 different situations where people have met through this app.
Here it come,
and
y'all.
they've been TikTok content.
Here it come.
Because what they decide to do
I'm
off
sorry.
this app.
Yeah, I know y'all got
Don't
short
mean each
attention
other,
spans.
quote, unquote.
So why don't you speak to Hey AP? Why don't you speak to the successful relationships? You heard me say Hey AP? You never seen it. I said Hey AP.
Nah.
You don't place yourself
Look
in
at
those
AP
spaces.
down there. She had a situation with Hulk.
Here it comes. Why are you?
And I know of another AP situation, but I'm not gonna get into that because I think that's part of why she don't fuck with me now, because a little breakup happened in my life last year too.
Why are you doing that?
My fault. You said not to read the comments. I got you. I'm gonna stay up here.
Because you just like talking shit, right? So the first things first, no breakup happened in your shit. Just want to let you know. So you don't have to attribute all of my fucking...
AP, what happened with Brandon P in my life?
I don't give a fuck what happened with Brandon P in your life.
Can you answer the question?
The breakup didn't happen in your fucking life. And that's why the fuck you blocked, begging me to unblock
right?
you. Because you're fucking messy. The breakup didn't happen in your fucking life. None of the breakup had anything to do with your
Count how many names he dropped.
So stop fucking playing on my top, playing on my name, spreading misinformation. It didn't happen on anything that had anything to fucking do with you.
And listen how he kept cutting her off. He was being disrespectful. Keep listening.
You can talk.
Now that we have that straight. Now, the second thing is, my other relationship ain't have shit to do with you neither. You decided to go fucking live about that because your nosy ass was nosy right along with the rest of fucking...
Now, the reason for why he sounds so choppy is because he's being muted because he keeps trying to cut her off to talk to me, which was disrespectful.
Fucking TikTok. So you were another motherfucker that tried to monetize, right? You can just go into the added list. You can go and join the added list of motherfuckers who monetized and gained clout off of my situation with that man. Go talk to him about that shit. Because I guarantee you, y'all motherfuckers on this app don't harass the men as nearly as much as you do the fucking women. Like, to think that you even have any type of notoriety because you think that somebody else's situation happened on your shit and it did not. You had your own breakup with Brandon P, nigga. You used to rock heavy with Brandon P, nigga. That's what the fuck happened. So tell the story the way it actually fucking happened, unless we need to pull the fucking receipts. Stop fucking playing on my top, nigga. You had a bromance breakup with Brandon P. Tell that shit the way it should be fucking told. Since we want to sit here and fucking create fucking narratives, bitch. Don't play with me.
And that is the only time she called him a bitch, and that is what he's holding on to, that time.
That's a lie.
Now, was there anything else you'd like to lie about so I can fucking...
She called me a bitch multiple times, but
okay. I hope that answered from how it began from the beginning and how he shifted the energy in my room and how you can feel how heavy that shift was. All because she came in the room and said, "Hi, Rose." And it had nothing to do with her. That wasn't a topic at all. And still, even when it's me and him on a docket, this nigga still trying to make it about AP.
Okay. Jurors, You have heard testimony from both parties with video evidence submitted. You may discuss the case.
Okay, so I have a question. So why speak when you saw AP come in and you and Rose were having a conversation? I understand you wanted to give context to how relationships are on this live, but why did you continuously speak about her prior to her coming into the panel when you were having a discussion with Rose?
I never had mentioned AP name until she came in the live. And I said, there goes an example right down there of shit that gets exposed on the app. The only time her name came up was once AP came in the room. She wasn't part of the conversation initially.
Okay, Speak, I have a question then. Why? Okay, I understand you and AP have some beef, but you're actually you're in Rose's live, speaking to Rose. And even now, this is about you and Rose, feeling disrespected. It's not about you and AP. Can you see the distinction?
Yep.
But you still felt disrespected by Rose, or did you really feel disrespected by AP?
Two things happened. I got called out my name as a man, and then I got lied on. AP claimed I've been stalking her on this app. That's a wild accusation to make.
Hey, so
Then
two things.
Rose, in all this shit, her performative shit, getting loud and shit, fuck you, Speak. Rose disrespecting me as well as AP did. Rose ain't want to have no conversation. Y'all know how Rose do when she get loud. She start muting niggas. And with me, she dropping me, but we mutuals. If I can't get a word in your platform, how the fuck are we mutuals or cool? You ain't got no respect for me. You said in all that bullshit, you lost respect for me and everything else. Y'all didn't hear everything that went down in there. So I got disrespected. It is what it is, bro.
May I speak?
Hey, I was gonna say, can I go before you real quick Wednesday?
Sure.
I'm gonna make this real quick.
You fine.
Man, that as a man shit is so lame, bro. You did that lame ass shit and you did wrong, cuz. Ain't no way
So if a
around it.
female call you a
No,
bitch, how
listen,
you gonna
time
feel
out.
about that,
You
bro?
bought that on yourself because when she walked in
If
the
a
room, you was
female
like,
call you a
listen,
bitch, you want to
I'm
acknowledge
answering
that, right?
I'm answering your
You will
question.
want to
Be
acknowledge that,
quiet.
won't you?
That's your problem. You too, yo, just listen. You ask me a question, I'm trying to answer. You asking another question. Just listen. When that woman came in the box, you ain't have to say nothing. Like, what did you even say anything to her about that for? That was lame, my nigga. Like, you didn't have to bring that up because she came in the home. Y'all having a conversation, and like they said, it's about you and Rose. Why the fuck are you making it about AP? That shit makes no sense. That shit goofy. That was lame, cuz, right? Ain't no way around that. What you did was lame as fuck, and you just need to apologize for it. You got
It
called a
is what
bitch
it is, man.
because you did some bitch ass shit. That's what it was.
It is what it is. But bro, if you get called out your name, or matter of fact, I'm gonna put it like this: if Rose was in my platform, whatever's going down, I wouldn't let you as a man come up there and call Rose out her name, no matter what's going on. But she
I'm
allowed
gonna
that
keep it a buck,
shit to
homie.
happen, and
But
she
you did
allowed
what
the
you did
lies to
though.
happen for
See,
me to be called a
people
stalker on that shit, bro. It
people
is
don't
what it
like.
is, and I'm not
Okay, you right.
apologizing for what happened
You
in Rose
you
live. That's the
absolutely
whole
right.
thing.
Gentlemen, nephew,
All right,
we
bro.
can't
That's
Okay,
the
hear
whole
both of
thing.
you.
okay. All right. So now I'm gonna respond to you again. When you bring that shit on yourself, cuz you bring it on yourself. When you bring disrespect, you get disrespect. So that's your fault. You got called a bitch because you did some bitch shit. So when she called you a bitch, that was your fault. It doesn't matter if you a man. It doesn't matter if you a woman. It doesn't matter if you don't know what you are. You bought it to yourself.
All right, to you don't matter, but it is what it is. I'm gonna just say this:
That as a
in that
man
whole
shit is
live,
overblown,
I ain't
cuz
never called
you
Rose
started that.
or AP out their name.
But you
I ain't
brought
never
that.
disrespect them.
You started that
I ain't
though,
never
gang.
disrespect them, but pay
You
attention to how
started
these
that.
women talk
It
to
was
men
a
on this
reaction.
app.
It's
Go
a
ahead, bro.
reaction.
Go
Wait,
ahead, bro.
May I
one
speak?
time,
Go
please,
ahead
so we
and
can
talk,
hear.
man. I ain't never called none of them women out their name in that whole live, but they
Bro,
could
you
call me a
basically you
bitch.
basically called the woman a hoe on
That's
TikTok.
hilarious.
You basically called this woman a hoe. So what the hell you want her to do? Just sit there and let you talk to her crazy? Like
May I
y'all be
interject
killing me
before
with
Speak
this
speaks
man
again?
shit. Like what the fuck?
May I interject? Fellow jurors, I would like to make a suggestion. When it's time to vote, I'm going to vote guilty, and there should be a punishment of some type of course or class that teaches Speak how to handle himself when entering into lives. There is a certain etiquette,
As a
and
man.
we may need to learn that.
What?
As a man, we should hold decorum a certain way.
That's
As a
some goofy
man.
shit. Ain't no classes, no bullshit. What are you talking about?
As a man, men should have decorum, is what she's saying. Men should act a certain way because as a man, you want a woman to follow, and you're not exuding the traits of a man that should be followed. When you do shit like that, that's like pillow talking. That's what women do. What you did is something women do. That was catty, homie. That was
But how
catty.
can we judge? But hold on, nephew. How can we judge someone's level of is their sense of respect? Because your level is different from his. So
So
if he
hold on,
felt
y'all.
violated,
So
how can we?
someone submitted a question for the court, which I think is a great question to ask, to be honest. And the question was, if AP said he's stalking her, why come in the live? Another message said, do you have a video showing exactly what he said? But they are explaining what was said. So that question, as far as AP coming into the live, seeing that he was there first, why was she coming to the live if he's stalking her? That is a great question.
But if she has him blocked and she follows Rose and Rose is on, she's going to go into Rose's live without knowing who is in her panel.
Okay, so I didn't know that. So it doesn't show, like, you know how you can see if someone is live and it has multiple bubbles of different people that's in the
Correct.
live. So when you block, you can't see that.
That is correct.
Thank you for letting the court know. That is news to me.
I have a
Bella, can I say
suggestion.
something?
Hey, real quick, speak
I
before you
want to
say something, bro.
acknowledge something.
Hey, speak. Can you hear
This
me?
shit crazy.
Before you say anything, to avoid the you know how you can correct that you have multiple pages shit. You know how when you go to change your page, you can go screenshot that and put that up in your backdrop so that they can see that's not you on those fake pages, and then boom, you kill that allegation immediately. Just a suggestion. You can do that in 2.5 seconds and come right back.
Yeah, I don't do that. I don't come up to people platforms with videos and shit. So let me say this. I have never stalked AP on this app. I said this before. I had two pages. This page, where I do my live streaming and live hosting, and my personal page. The people who know what my personal page is, they know what it is. Because when I used to get reported a lot and get my access taken down, I would go from this page to my other page. She only blocked this page and one more page last year in June. After I got blocked, there was no exchange between me and AP in inboxes or none of that shit. And CW Live, because me and CW was mutuals too, our mutuals too on my other page. Probably once or twice I've been in CW Live with AP. In one of those lives, it was a joke. Unblock me. CW and them and say, speak, leave it alone. I left it alone. Right? And that's all that is. There was only 2 pages last year. I don't need to come up here and show screenshots and shit. But Rose, can you mute that? Pay attention to the disrespect, Joe. You can play that after I'm done talking. But for y'all to call me a stalker, or you allow the label of stalker to be thrown out there on this app is crazy. I don't stalk nobody. I don't even know you. And it was not that serious.
Given the statement
There
that you
is
just
no
made,
evidence
sir,
of
that you do
Speak
not know
stalking
her, that
AP
means
on
that
this
you
app.
should
I
have
don't
said
like that shit
nothing about
because that's a
her.
wild accusation.
Speak, may I speak?
Y'all asked AP to go live and show proof of me stalking AP.
Speak.
That's like me harassing her and me begging her to give me attention and shit. It was never that deep. That's not even funny.
But you told on yourself, Speak, because you do clearly you don't stalk her, but you know all of her business enough to lay it out in a live in front of many
We all
people.
frequent the same spaces.
Let me let you listen to
We
what
frequent the same spaces.
Can you not yell at me? You're in court, sir.
We frequent the same
You have
spaces.
to carry yourself.
This shit
You
happened.
need to
all
go to
that
one of
other
those
shit
classes
happened
because you don't
in
even know
Tea
how
Time
to carry
Live or
yourself
other
in court.
platforms.
Mute your mic, sir, so I can say something to you. You just said that you don't stalk her, you don't know her, but you bared all of her business in front of a bunch of
I
people.
mentioned 2 names.
May I finish, sir?
All of what
May
business?
I finish?
Oh, you know
May
what?
I
I'm gonna fall
finish?
back. Go ahead.
What you did was you just contradicted yourself.
I see what y'all trying to do, but go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead.
Sir.
Go ahead.
You ready? You contradicted yourself because you went on a rant about how you don't know her, this, that, and the other, but you knew enough of her business to lay it out before a bunch of people upon her entering into that live, which says to me, you do know a lot about her, and you know a whole lot about her to be, that was it. That you just contradicted yourself is basically what I wanted to bring to your attention.
Okay, Bella, I
All
want
right, so hold on, Ariel. Let me say this.
Hold on,
I'm gonna stick to the point in the live, which was y'all was talking. The conversation was about relationships and people personal business getting exposed. I mentioned 2 names and an example. What fucking business was put out there and all this shit in terms of AP that I know about her?
Speak. Hold on.
This shit was about relationships and y'all exposing yourselves on this app, and me saying not to trust people on this shit. Not to date people. That was the point in the conversation.
Your Honor,
There was
is the
nothing
court
exposed
case about AP or is
and
it
a whole
about
bunch
Rose
of information about that
and
woman.
his disrespect to Rose? Is
Y'all
the court case
exaggeration is
about
crazy, but I'm
AP
a mute.
or
I'm
is
fall
it
back.
about Rose?
I object to that. Can we get to the
The
verdict?
fuck is we talking about, man?
Okay, so just to be clear with context, the situation started because Speak saw AP enter into Rose live and began to reference her based on the topic they was already having. Okay, so that's how it transpired to Rose calling Speak out for disrespecting AP, and Speak felt like he was disrespected by Rose. We got context. All right, boom.
I want to say something to my fellow jurors. Keep in mind that this case is not between AP and Speak. That should be on the docket maybe for another day. This is between Rose and Speak. Only those two. There are things that led up to it, but it's between those two. Those are the only 2 people we're considering here. We're not considering AP's culpability or anything. It's Rose and Speak and the disrespect done between the 2.
Thank you for the context and clarity. All right, jurors. So after hearing the testimony from both parties, if Speak is guilty or not guilty, Keys, what is your verdict? Your vote? I'm sorry?
Guilty.
Okay, guilty. Morgan?
Guilty.
Guilty for the disrespect.
Rose, I can't. Rose, I can't, yeah. Yeah, almost slipped. Almost had me. You almost tripped me up. Ariel?
Definitely guilty.
Wednesday?
Guilty.
And misunderstood?
Because he shifted the context and focused on AP, even though that was part of it. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to say guilty. But I have a side note. We can't judge people on how we would perceive things. If he felt disrespected, then he has every right to say something.
Ariel, did you give your vote?
Yes, I said guilty. And actually, Bella, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to recuse myself from the panel because this thing has given me a headache. I've made my vote and I'm out. I love you all. Goodbye.
Thank you, Ariel. Okay, so the jury has voted. If someone wants to come up and be a part of the jury for today, the box is open. All right, so let's see. Okay, so we already got the vote in from the jurors. So the jurors have found Speak guilty. Now we are going to have the people make a decision. If Speak is guilty, smiley face yes, sad face no. If Speak is guilty, smiley face. If he's not guilty, sad face. If Speak is guilty, smiley face. If he's not guilty, sad face. Let's get these votes in. Less than 10 seconds. $504 people concluded that Speak is guilty for how he conducted himself in Rose's live. Rose, is there anything you would like to say to the verdict?
All my life I had to fight. Lord knows I love Speak, I do. But I make him guilty before I let him abuse me. Y'all have a good evening.
I heart you, Rose.
Speak, after hearing the verdict, is there anything you would like to say?
Listen, Rose allowed a woman to get on her platform and call me a stalker. She didn't correct that. She didn't check that or anything. For you to throw that on my name is crazy. I will never let somebody come to my platform and throw accusations on them like that. She allowed it and in turn said, fuck you, Speak, and did a whole performative bullshit. Performative bullshit she do on her platform. Shout out to that hot shit. She said she lost respect for a nigga. Got you. But if somebody was to come to my platform and say somebody's been stalking them, I would have checked them and said, show me proof that you've been getting stalked. I would acknowledge some shit like that. I ain't never stalked AP. That's wild. And AP acknowledged in her live the same day what actually happened in my platform in June. She never acknowledged what actually happened when she broke up with AP and Rose live. She made it seem like nothing happened in my platform between her, Brandon P, and the topic that happened last year in June never happened. She just made it seem Speak been stalking me, leave me alone, blah, blah. That's what she did. And she had her people come up there and make it seem like I've been after AP on this app. Y'all pick and choose what y'all doing when y'all do it. It is what it is, bro. But that shit trash to me. For Rose to allow a woman to go up there and say I've been stalking her and her not check that shit. It is what it is, bro. But I see, Rose, how you move, beloved. You like this performative shit. I gave you your content the other day and you used me for your content. I'm glad I gave you your content. I'm gone.
Okay, Speak. Thank you for your closing remarks. We are going to move on to the next case. Okay?
Judge, I have a question. Prior to us leaving this case, if we're mutuals and I don't know who's in your live, how is that considered stalking? When I go into your live and that person who I'm having an issue with is in your live. Can someone elaborate on that for me? Because there's a lot of people who don't get along with people on this app. And they have mutuals. So how is that, i.e. stalking?
May I interject? I feel misunderstood from what the conversations I've heard. Like it's about that person's perception. Like if they keep going to a live and somebody keeps being in that same live they don't get along with, their perception is that stalking. Some people will say no, but whoever is making the claim is their personal perception. And that has been a topic of conversation I've heard because they asked the same question you did.
So just to bring full understanding, because I think there's a level of semantics being played here, right? Yes, she may not have known, or he may not have known that she frequents my broadcast. However, the fact that he is blocked, he knows that he is blocked from her live. He goes into other rooms and questions, why does she still have him blocked, so on and so forth. That's giving obsessive. And then when you see her fly into the room, moments after you see her fly into the room, she says, hey, Rose, you then attack her and whatever she went through. That is obsessive behavior. It is obsessive. And if you're excuse me, and if you're constantly attacking a person, every chance that you get, no matter what live they go into, a person who is now feeling like they're a victim can then say it's giving stalkish behavior. It's giving obsessive vibes. Not only did she call him stalkerish, she said he's also obsessed. So, I mean, you can cancel out the stalker and hang on to the obsessed. Either way that it goes, he still decided that he wanted to attack her in my broadcast for no reason. I hope you understand that much.
No, I understand, Rose. I'm just asking just a general question, just due to the fact that you guys were having a discussion about relationships, and I don't. He became very hyper focused. I'm not disagreeing with that. I was just referencing the whole stalking thing. If someone is blocking, you don't know that that person is in your life, and that person comes in, and then based on the conversation that you're having, he brought up a prime example of context about what your life was being held about. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Now, people should be allowed to enter spaces that they frequent casually without fear of someone deciding to bring up past things that has happened to them.
True.
I think that the main problem is that he brought up information that had nothing, that he respectfully should not have brought up. Right? That wasn't his place to bring up her information. It wasn't her place to speak on whatever happened in the past on social media. It wasn't his place. And I'll drop with that.
All right, thank you.
These comments are wild. Knowing I'm the most biased person on this app, I mod for over 30 creators, and these comments are wild. Okay, go ahead, Judge. I'm sorry.
You're fine. No worries. Okay, so we are going to get into the next case. Before we get into the next case, please tap the screen, y'all. I appreciate y'all tapping. Thank y'all for helping me complete my gift goals. Thank y'all for sharing the live out. Morgan, was there something you would like to add, Queen?
Just one question, Judge Millie. When the comments are voting, the jury for the comments, can we get some music?
Oh, you want music while we vote? Okay.
Yeah.
Did you want to play the music while?
Oh, sure.
I mean, you gave the suggestion, so
I know, right? I should have thought that out. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, y'all want some Jeopardy music?
Some music, just a little some.
Okay. All right, y'all. Let me see who's not in here. So we are going to move along. Now with this case, we have Tib versus Uchi. If y'all can share the live out to Tib and Uchi, that'll be great. Please share the live out to Tib and Uchi. Yeah, y'all missed a lot. Y'all have definitely missed a lot. But this is why we are here on Sunday, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so we can discuss the things that transpired throughout the week, come up with a verdict, and move forward. Yeah, see, a lot of people, y'all see how they're saying, oh, we missed it. What? This is why we come here on Sunday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, yes, if you would like to share the live out to Tib and Uchi, okay? We're going to give that another minute before I go into detail about that. Okay. So I'm going to go into the case. We have Tib versus Uchi. Tib was in a live. Okay. Tib happened to be in a live. She overheard her name being mentioned and she came in for clarity, asking for context. Okay. Tib was addressing a situation that had taken place in someone's platform and some things that was said about a young lady here on TikTok. Well, Uchi felt like Tib was out of line for the things that she said. One of the things that Tib said that is being addressed is that Tib referred to a woman as Miss Netta, and Uchi did not appreciate that. He felt like that was disrespectful. He felt like it was inappropriate to compare that woman to Miss Netta. Okay, so that is being addressed, and just to give clarity, let me see. Hold on, y'all. Okay, come back. So just to give clarity, that is the backstory of that. Miss Netta is someone who, if y'all want to look that person up, by all means you may. But long story short, the conversation then turned into Tib being a bully. That Tib was being colorist, and that Tib had no right to compare that woman to Miss Netta. Okay, so I just wanted to give the jury some context on that.
Bella, I did see a live. I don't know if this was the same live or not, but I did see the live where Tib was in it and she said that apparently Brenda was the one that called Miss Netta or called whatever. That happened. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Okay, so yes, I do recall that situation. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, so Tib is here. Good day, Tib.
Good morning.
All right, so would you like to give some clarity as to why you are on the docket today?
So, what I was about to say, shit, I'm just waking up.
And if y'all can continue to tap the screen, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for being here.
So when I said that Shy looked like Miss Nella, that happened in Laugh Live. Okay, and I will take accountability for I was wrong for saying that, right? So then she came back around and I was scrolling through TikTok and I heard her say my name in Rose's live because she said something about I throw a brick and hide my hand or something like that. So I popped in and mind you, I haven't brought it up since then. So I don't understand how I'm a bully. A bully is someone who does something over and over and over again to a person. When I talked about it that one time over a month ago, I let it go. I didn't talk about it anymore. So she tried to come back and say something about colorism. Like it had nothing to do with any colorism. It had nothing to do with Miss Netta being transgender. Like it had nothing to do with nothing. So, yeah, I'm just, but yeah, and so me and Uchi had a conversation back and forth, but I really do think that Uchi was playing because I went in his live and me and him kind of laughed about it or whatever. And
he was in Diamond Live one day, and we kind of laughed about it, and that was it. I mean, I ain't finna look. I don't care either way. Shit, I just don't care either way. I could be guilty. I be guilty. It's fine. It's fine. I'm just not. I'm just not about to keep going back and forth.
Okay. So, jurors, is there anything that y'all wanted to ask while Tab is here?
For clarification, fellow jurors, if you can help me understand. So let me understand. So if you see someone, or if a person sees someone and they look like Brandy, and you say, you look like Brandy, and there's no response, but you say, you look like Netta, and it could be true, why is, to me, that sounds like the people that are upset about it are saying that that's a low dig. Do you get what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, if it bothers you because she said that, now y'all check me, put me in line. If it bothers you that she said that, does that mean that you don't agree because ... Do you get it? But if I see, oh, you look like Barack Obama, and nothing is said,
I mean, come
what's the
on now. We
difference?
got Barack Obama and Netta. It's not really.
But the thing about it is, I apologized to this lady, and she said, "Fuck your apology," and I said, "Bet, cool." And then Brenda, I found out Brenda had already said this to her months ago. So why she don't have all that smoke for Brenda like she had for me?
But do y'all understand what I'm asking? Like, why is it and I'm not asking because I'm picking sides. I really truly want clarity. Like, and I want to have an understanding of this. If you look at someone and say they look at someone like someone else, why is there an uproar depending on who the someone else is?
Child.
Is it truth?
That is why.
Yep. That's
Why. That is why. Because if someone is appealing, and okay, oh, thank you, boo, I appreciate it. But then if someone is not appealing, oh, why? And then why are you saying that? And then they tack who it's coming from, and that's why they want to label her Tib as a colorist.
And I don't think it's necessarily bullying.
No, it's not.
I just
bullying.
look at it. Yeah, I just look at it as
Hold
she
on,
said.
Tib, we talking. Hold on, baby.
That, I mean, I wouldn't say it's bullying. Maybe she felt insulted about it, but I don't think Tib was bullying her.
I think it's the individual's feelings were hurt because the comparison could have been, because I don't know who Miss Netta is. I don't know. So maybe it was, as we used to say, how it hit dog hollow. So maybe it was too close to home.
But somebody just made a comment, and they say, if I knew who Miss Netta was, then I would understand. I do know who she is, but I still don't understand. Do you get my point? Like, if you tell me, you Wednesday, you look just like Beyonce, ain't nobody. But if you tell me I look like somebody else that you think is, I'm thinking, basically what I'm saying is the person is upset. That says more about them than the person that made the statement. Does that make sense? Do you feel what I'm saying?
Let me say something real quick. So, not that I think Tib is colorist at all. I don't think that at all or anything. But what it is that for centuries and years, darker skinned black women have been put as like they're masculine looking like men. So for Tib to compare Shy to Miss Netta, who is a trans woman, it is kind of like a dig towards her. Where it comes in being colorist is because Tib is a lighter skinned woman, and she's calling a darker skinned woman masculine. That is a very colorist statement. Do I think you're colorist, Tib? No. I just think maybe you weren't fully educated on why it could look that way.
That's just my.
I don't even think that's the same thing you're talking about, Frank. I really
But do we
don't.
have the
I don't
same
think they
smoke
have
for
nothing to do with
Brenda?
it.
I think that's what I'm getting at. Do we have the same smoke for Brenda? Because just because Brenda didn't say that she looked like Miss Netta, or she
No,
looked
she
like
said
Miss
she looked
Netta's
like Miss Nutter little
sister,
sister.
yeah, it's the same. Like, it's still an insult because obviously it insulted Shy and hurt her feelings. So
I
do
guess
we
what I'm
have
trying to
that
say is
same
then
smoke
did
for?
No, ma'am.
go
Hold
ahead. I'm
on,
sorry. I'm sorry.
Frankie. Do we have that same smoke for Brenda? Is what I'm asking.
Okay, but darker skinned women can't be colorist, though.
But
We gonna
okay,
hold
I'm
on,
trying
time
to
out.
say this
That's
without
we
saying it, but that's
this a
like
whole new
saying that's
conversation,
like
bro.
everybody agrees that she's UGLY, and is that fair to say about Miss Netta? Do you see what I'm? You get my point?
Well, and I think another thing was it tip too is that pronouns are he, him. So with that being with that being his pronouns, you're literally calling her a man. So I just think that's where they're like a lot of people are coming from when they're trying to get you to understand.
But I wasn't even looking at it like that. Like I said in Rose's live that day, they used to say I look like the light skinned boy off a Kid and Play. That's a man. I didn't take no offense to that. So what is the
And
difference between Kid and Play being a man and Netta being transgender?
and that's wrong. That's wrong for them to say that.
Okay.
That's absolutely wrong.
And I already apologized. The woman said, fuck my apology. And I said, okay. So again, where is the smoke for Brenda when Brenda said it months ago? Why? Because I'm light skinned and Brenda is dark skinned?
I think that's exactly what they're saying. I mean,
That's what that
correct
is.
me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what they're saying too.
So basically, Tib, you're saying that at this point,
Hey y'all.
this is selective outrage.
Can I
Is that
bring
what
up?
you're saying, Tib?
Good morning, y'all. Hey, Ted.
Good morning, baby.
All right, so we had this conversation in my live. There's a few like pieces of information that's missing that y'all are not privy to, and I wasn't privy to the information either until it was brought into full context to me. So it would give that it may be picking and choosing until you get the full information. Now, the full information is that there was a broadcast that was being held with a lot of individuals who did not care for Shy, and there were individuals who were in the space who did not know the full context of what had transpired, but was also joking on Shy. So it was a full panel, and some of those people did not know the full conversation or what had transpired between Shy and Mr. Washington, and they were in the room talking shit about Shy too. Now, Tib confirmed that she was one of those people who did not know full context of what happened between Shy and Mr. Washington. And based off little information that she had, she was basically going on Shy. Shy did not appreciate that because Shy said, me and you never had interactions. Why would you be going so hard on me? And me and you, I never did anything to you. And so she felt the same sentiments for Nowhere, who was also in the room, who was also going in. And the reason for why the conversation even came up was because Nowhere issued an apology out loud in the public. Randomly one day decided to issue an apology. And when he issued the apology, Shy so happened to catch him in my live and told him, hey, I appreciate your apology and I forgive you, whatever the case may be. So that is how the conversation came up. That's how Tib's name got brought into it, because she was telling us in my live that there were different individuals who were talking shit about her, who she had no beef, no qualm, no quarrel with, no nothing. So at that point, it sounded as if though people were bullying in a space. Then at that point, Tib, Brenda, and maybe some other people will go into other rooms and they will talk shit about Shy. Again, not having no actual beef with Shy. So that is a repetition. Multiple times you're doing a situation and this person has no beef with you. Like you said, Tib, if it's happening multiple times, it's a bullying situation.
But
now,
why?
the icing
Hold on,
on the
Rose,
cake.
the
icing on the cake, and
Go
I'll
ahead.
let you go when I'm almost done. The icing
Okay,
on the
babe.
cake was then when you went into Friends with Attitudes live, and Friends with Attitude added in to the same thing that you had did on somebody else's panel, she added her 2 cents into it. And so she started talking shit about Shy and had no problem with Shy. Then it became friends with attitude, now bullying with Tib and Brenda on the panel. Brenda came into my room and issued an apology. Shy was like, it's too late for an apology, and said basically the same thing, fuck the apology. However, it doesn't take away from the fact that it was multiple times in multiple spaces where people was talking about Shy, and Shy had no problem with them. And so it gave bullying.
Okay. So before y'all go any further, I do need to get these questions out. It says, does the jury think Shy look like Netta? Picture, please. For the people who do not know who Miss Netta is and do not know who Shy is any one of the jurors willing to do a side-by-side for the people to
Please don't do it. Please. I'm begging.
I don't know how to do.
This was a question. One moment. Another thing was, but they actually look alike, do a side-by-side. That's the Cash App message.
I don't know how to. I don't know how to do it side by side, but they do look alike. And based
So
on
one moment, Jackie, because I got one more message. This one
okay.
says she was traumatized again, and Netta is a joke. Okay.
Where does Uchi come in again? I'm so sorry.
Because he came in there clowning. That's all it was, but he wasn't really serious. So let me address what Rose said. Okay, so when Laugh had that live, I didn't bring it up anymore. The only way it was brought up again for the past 2 days is because after that happened in Rose live, I think Bubbly had went live, and Bubbly had brought it up, and Shatonia was like, no, Bubbly didn't bring it up. She asked what was going on. Shatonia was like, why they not mad with Brenda? And that's how I found out about Brenda was the first one that said it. So we had a conversation about it at that time. So it's not like I'm jumping from live to live doing that. So it because it was still fresh. They was trying to figure out what was going on. When I went to Friends with Attitude, Friends with Attitude said, come on in the live, and she sent me a request. So no, I'm not bullying her. When we talked about that in Laugh Live, it was more like a roasting session. Again, was it right? No. Second, I apologize. So I'm like, fuck, what the fuck else do people want me to do? I'm not doing nothing else. I am not apologizing anymore. That lady said what she said. I said what I said. She called me bald head. She said I got my body done. Whatever the case may be. So Shy is not innocent. All she been doing is round here jumping from live to live playing victim. And then she went live one night talking about me. So, I mean, hey, it's all good.
I just came to ask a question. So is now calling somebody Miss Netta, like, is Miss Netta a slur word now? I just want to know before I call somebody, say somebody look like somebody else. So is that like a slur now? And I also have one more question. How can somebody who look more like Miss Netta call somebody else Miss Netta?
Mr. Washington?
I don't know Omar.
Don't call another one.
I don't know.
Mr. Washington? Mr. Washington? Okay, you might have to go there.
Mr. Washington, we can hear your heartbeat.
Yeah, it says, ask Mr. Washington, does Shy look like Netta? What's the Cash App message?
Y'all stop with them cash out. Bye, Bella. I'm out of here.
I told y'all she do.
Good morning, everyone.
Okay, so y'all got it. Okay, good day, Dry Queen.
Good morning.
I just wanted to say it doesn't sound fair that Tib and Shy or any light skinned person can go back and forth with a darker skinned person, and as soon as that happens, you're called colorist. There's no gloves when you're clapping back. I mean, is color the limit? Because y'all sure be using bitch and fucking kids and unaliving and all kind of stuff. So is color the limit that we're going to set when it's time for somebody to clap back? That's all I needed to know.
Great question.
Because Brenda is a darker skinned woman, but they don't see that as an insult because Tib is lighter skinned. That's not fair. That's not fair. I mean, either we're going to stop insulting each other all together, or then you can't put no limits on it. Whatever somebody wants to clap back with, that's their right. And you can't judge that person and say they're wrong just because it may be true or just because Netta is a man. So what? People say you look like a man and you can be a woman, just like Tib said. They told her she actually looks like a man, not a man presenting as a woman, but an actual man. So people, if you're going to clap back at somebody, get your feelings out of it because there's no limits. That's all I need to say. Y'all have a good morning.
All right, thank you, Drop Queen. Okay, hold on. So wait a minute, because Brenda is actually here. So one moment, y'all.
Let me up real quick before cause I'm getting ready for church. I'm going to pray for y'all this morning. I said that to Shy because Shy said call me out my name first. So you can't tell me how to clap back. And I think the only difference is she said she never called Tia by her name. And for Tia to say that to her, she felt disrespected. So y'all stop calling my name. And then to Omar in the comments, baby, stay out of these women business, little zesty.
So I had a Cash App message
Hell.
that says Tib do look like Bart Simpson.
I'll take that. I'm not, and guess what? I'm not offended at all.
Right. How can you get offended by something? I mean, if you think you don't look like it, then that's their opinion. But how you know they ain't hurt my feeling when she called me all kind of bees?
So just for the record, Shy insulted you first.
She did.
And
Yes.
you responded
So
back.
you cannot tell me how to clap back.
That's why I don't even
And
see
I don't
how.
go around following her, but see, people don't know the truth about Shy. Shy go live late at nighttime when she's drinking that wine, and she get to talking her shit in the wee hours of the night. Like, come on, stop. Stop trying to play innocent like you're a victim and you're not.
Brenda, for clarity, when you said she looked like Miss Nutter, did you get a lot of backlash for it?
No, because she knows what she had did.
No, I'm asking these questions.
Oh no, well, I mean, I don't know because I don't go over there in her live. She don't block me now, so
right
no,
now,
I don't think I did.
Tib got backlash for what she said. Did you get backlash though?
No.
So a darker skinned woman says that Shy looks like Miss Nutter. There's no backlash. A light skinned woman says Shy looks like Miss Nutter. There's backlash. But so who exactly would the colorism be on?
And I said Nella little sister.
But you know that was intentional just to go at Tib. They did that to go at Tib. I don't know why. And I don't even know why I got something to do with that. That's them going
Jackie,
back and forth.
stay around. I'm going to need your box for one moment, Jackie. Stick around. Just one moment.
Can
y'all. So real quick, just to make sure that we understand, because I think that y'all, the way that the narrative is being pushed is to make it seem as if though, or I guess to rid the fact that Uchi addressed Tib on her, in fact, giving bully vibes. He was not joking when he said that, because he sat in my room for a minute and I asked him, was you playing or was you for real? And he said, out his own mouth, I was serious, but sometimes people can handle it better when you just lighthearted about it. So Uchi laughed and joked with you because he had no beef with you as to why y'all was able to go into different spaces and have conversations. It doesn't take away from the fact that he did believe that the way that you was going about it was wrong. Now, Brenda being brought into the equation.
Acting in Diamond Live.
Okay, well, I don't be in Diamond's live, so I wouldn't know. However, I just know what he said in my live, right? So,
But you adding on to it though.
So no,
Rose.
I'm not adding on anything, Mr. Washington. I'm saying explicitly what was said.
Listen.
No.
She wasn't
there,
please,
you're cutting me off. You're cutting me off. Let me finish.
Ain't nobody cutting you off.
Let me
Let
me finish,
just
bro.
like right now, you inserting yourself.
No, I'm not. It happened in my live, Mr. Washington. It happened in my live, Mr. Washington. You were not in my live when it happened.
Hey, you gotta remind me, Bella.
I would have understood if you were in my live and you watched what happened. However, this transpired in my live. The docket is Tib and Uchi, and this transpired in Rose's live. Okay? Just so for full clarity for you. I'm not inserting a fuck thing. I was brought into it because it happened on my broadcast. Okay? Now, Brenda's situation with Shy is completely different from Tib's situation with Shy.
How?
Stop using Brenda as an excuse because her and
How?
Brenda, I will explain how. Are you okay?
Bro, can you stop interrupting her, please? Let
Are
the
you
woman
okay?
talk.
Mr. Washington, like, why he's so like? Is he cool? So the reason for why Brenda's situation and Shy's situation is different is because they both had a spat. They were both having a disagreement. They were both going at it together collectively on a live. With Tib, it is not the same. Her and Tib never had no words. Her and Tib never had no disagreement. Her and Tib never had no problems. It wasn't until after Tib made those statements in a live as to where Shy went live and started talking about Tib. It wasn't in the interaction with her like how Brenda and Tib had an interaction at that moment. It didn't happen like that. Okay, so Tib has already said in this live that she was wrong for how she went about it. She already said that she should not have inserted herself when they was roasting her on that panel, Mr. Washington. She said it out of her own mouth. She said she should not have interjected her opinions on this woman, especially when she did not know full context of what had transpired. She admitted that she was wrong for doing that. She admitted that she inserted herself. She admitted that when everybody was talking they shit, she added on because it was a roasting panel. They were roasting Shy. The topic was Shy and the target was Shy. She admitted it. She apologized for it. It doesn't take away from the potency of the fact that in that moment, it looked as if though people were bullying. And then the fact that a lot of people now, in full context, people were asking Tib every live she went into, asking her about the situation, it now gave off that she was going into other spaces talking more shit about Shy. Because it ain't like Tib will be like, okay, well, I'm just gonna let it go. Tib will still pop her shit because we know Tib gonna do that. So Tib gonna go in there and she's gonna be like, but did I lie though? But was it
Okay, can
wrong
we
though?
let
So
somebody else talk?
that's sir, I'm giving you full context so that you don't think that
We
motherfuckers just
got
sitting
it
here.
though.
No, you don't get it though.
Hold on,
You
wait,
don't. It's evident that you don't get it as to why you coming so
If you
hard.
don't have nothing to do with this case, this case has nothing to do with you. Like, this ain't your case, man.
Mr. Washington is involved because he's the man that Shy was dealing with. For
Yeah, but
those that was not
but
around,
that's
so
a,
that's why Washington is in the panel. So he is directly involved.
So explain, and then with that part, explain why Rose, just because it happened on a panel, Tib was said what she said. Who cared? They was roasting each other. And then you go to weeping because you roasting each other? That's bogus.
No, they weren't roasting each other. They were roasting Shy, period. Shy was not involved in the roast session. She was not aware
See
that
how
people
you
got into a
inserted
group.
yourself?
Bro,
See
because
how
you're lying. You're lying,
and I'm
though.
not lying.
And
They went back
what's
and
crazy
then,
is
but hold
what's
on.
crazy is
We
Tib
heard
brought
you
this
though, and
information
then
to
just
me.
like,
Not only did Tib
may
bring
I
the
speak?
information,
Is it okay if I speak,
not only
Rose?
did Tib bring the information, but also Mr. Nowhere, Washington. who was also present in the live, also confirmed this information. So just because you were not there because you do not like Shy because of whatever situation that y'all had with that one thing,
See how
doesn't
you
negate
want
from
to
the
keep
fact
adding that? Don't.
does not negate the fact that this situation transpired. And in this event, Shy was actively innocent in this particular situation. She may be guilty any other time, but in this moment, in this situation, she was actively innocent. She did not play a role in why some people, some, not all, some people were adding on to the roasting. And Tib expressed that. Nowhere also expressed that, who was in the live, who said that they was talking shit and they inserted themselves to talk shit about a woman without full context. Now, other people, they may have had their spat with her, but Tib and Nowhere did not. And they were the ones that she felt like was wrong because they were the ones who was adding fuel to the roast that was already happening and transpiring.
Okay. So just so you know, Rose, someone did pay to drop you. And it says, get your thick neck in the comments. So did you have anything you want to say before you leave the court?
All I'm gonna say is nobody is out here making Shy seem like she's a victim. She is not a victim. She has played her parts in talking shit, so on and so forth. However, in this particular situation, she didn't do nothing wrong to Tib. Now, after the fact, then that's speculation. Then you can say, all right, well, she talked shit about Tib and after the fact. But in that moment, in this situation, in this scenario, Tib already acknowledged that she had no problem with Shy, along with Nowhere. So, and for the bitches that's in the comments, that's a hee hee ha ha ha, ain't y'all? Oh, let me.
Rose, I mean,
I'm gonna shut
Bella,
up.
you need to turn these comments off. Who a throat slayer?
You know what? I want
I
to
don't
say
know,
this.
but so hold on, y'all. So Poozy is coming up because apparently she has some type of evidence regarding this case. Poozy, what evidence do you have?
I have a
No,
phone.
Pooh, you better not show no side by side pictures of that lady and that girl now. Don't
What
do
I
that.
have a
I
photo,
don't know
Judge.
what I'm asking Poozy. What? Okay,
I just told you, Bella.
Oh my
I
God.
I'm
Oh my
Hey,
taking
God.
my
Oh
little.
my
Poozy,
God.
you real
Oh my God.
Poozy, you bogus for that.
Well, let the truth speak for the truth.
But you ain't gotta do that.
But that's what
But Poozy, you ain't gotta do that.
Nah. Okay, I'm thinking you about to show some type of video, like you witnessed the exchange.
So I will say this, Bella. I know after Laugh Live, after we did our little roasting session, she went live late that night and roasted me. So I mean, I'm thinking we good. Like it can't be good for the goose, good for the gander. That's what I was always told. So I roasted her. She went on her live that night and roasted me. All is well.
I need to
Oh,
understand
Bella,
what
the
Uchi's.
comments say the people asked for that. Did somebody send you some money for
So
that?
So
so
someone did
hold on real quick.
send.
Hold on. Excuse me, real quick. See that, and that's what I was trying to say, Bella. This case, this particular case right here, right? I understand the Shy and Mr. Washington dynamic, but this particular
Y'all
case is
keep
dealing with
including me though.
no. I'm not including. Hear me out first, bro. Hear me out. The dynamic of this case, right, is between Tibbs and Shy. So
And
that's what.
Uchi.
I
And
mean, my bad.
Uchi.
Exactly.
And
It's
Uchi,
not even
Tibbs and Uchi.
Shy.
It's Tibbs and Uchi. I apologize. My bad. Wrong saying.
It's
Between
Tibbs and
Tibbs and
Uchi
Uchi.
though. Go back to
Okay.
Tibbs and Uchi. It ain't got
Exactly.
nothing to
So
do
that's
with
And
they
that's
listen.
unfortunately,
Tibbs
Mr.
and Uchi,
Washington,
bruh.
someone agrees with Keys. The Cash App is a drop. It says this is
Yeah, like
bullshit. He isn't involved because of the relationship. So they did pay to drop you, Washington. Is there anything you wanted to say before you left the court?
Yeah. Hi.
Hi, Washington.
don't go far. Your case coming up with Kev.
And I ain't careful with these it saying something to me because I got smoke. So
Well,
careful.
I only came up because my name was
You know
mentioned.
what? Keys, thank you for reminding me of that. I'm going to have to refund that money because Mr. Washington is on the docket. He is going to need to be available.
Damn.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
shouldn't have
I gotta
said
refund
nothing.
that
Let your
back.
ass go.
I know she's letting me go.
Nope. I just sent that refund back. He can't be dropped, y'all. He has a case that needs to be tended to.
Your money is back.
So I sent it back, y'all.
But that's all I'm saying, Mr. Washington. I ain't no beef here. It's like
It not, but you know, like honestly, Lord.
I get where you coming from.
But listen, though. But when we really talking about this, they had a roasting session. So what? Tib said something, and the only reason they pointing that out is because of what Tib looks like. You didn't go after Brenda. You didn't go after so many other people that done said something. You only pointing Tib out for a particular reason, and it's bogus.
So let's
Tib,
vote.
in the end, you know what? Tib is like coming after. Somebody said something. All Tib did was repeat what somebody else said. Go after Brenda. If you're gonna say something about Tib, she only repeated what Brenda said. Brenda said it
that's
first.
true.
I
So
need more
now
on Uchi. I
I
need
was gonna
more
say, yeah,
Uchi.
we can't come with a verdict because Uchi's not here and we ain't know. I know what happened
I
to that
haven't
was
even
there.
heard anything about what Uchi did because the
Exactly.
conversation has
Everything
been
else.
so far to the other
So
side.
just to give y'all clarity, Uchi called out Tib. He felt like Tib was wrong for saying that Shy looked like Netta. And he said that it was giving bully vibes.
Okay, I got it. I
And that's
appreciate that.
So apparently after Tib and Uchi had that exchange, um, he made it clear that he don't have no issue with her. He was just joking with what he said. So he truly does not believe that Tib was being a colorist, a bully, or mean to Shy. So it's some conflict there now because Rose's whole argument is Uchi felt like Tib was being mean towards Shy. She was being a bully, but Uchi, he pulled back and said, "No, I don't feel that way. I was just playing." So
Thank you for that.
He
as of
did
right
do that though,
now,
Bella. You know, like he really did do that. He was playing with Tib in a joking session with Tib. That's why she ain't even tripping off of Uchi. They was going back and forth, and it was lighthearted. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing. If you really gonna go after somebody, go after Brenda. Brenda is the one that started that. They don't
Yeah,
want
but you
that
got to
smoke with
know why
Brenda
she
though.
can't come for me, because she called me out my name first.
Exactly. You can't start nothing and then be start to weeping after somebody say something back to you.
So what we
Brenda
doing with this
responded to what
judge?
was said to her.
Your Honor, I would like to move that we dismiss this case.
Me too.
We are going to have to dismiss it because Tib acknowledges that her and Uchi mediated. There was no real issue there. He did not truly feel that way about Tib. So we are going to go for dismissal. Congratulations,
Next.
Tib.
Thank you very much.
Any last words, my friend?
I'm good. Look, I didn't care either way. I didn't care either way.
Is there anything else you would like to add for the court, Tib?
No, ma'am. Y'all have a good day.
You as well. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Now drop my box, because for some reason I can't drop out.
No worries, I got you. Thank you for stopping up, Brenda.
Oops. I was dropping Brenda.
Something you wanted to add?
You gotta bring Wednesday back up here. Wednesday, come back. I didn't mean to do that.
Okay, Wednesday request back up.
I'll hop down too, by the way. And I wish
Did
that
you want to hop down? Is Kev available yet, y'all? Because you are on the docket with Kev, just so you know, Mr. Washington.
with that it.
With Kev. That is his name.
Yeah, that it. Okay.
Mr. Washington.
Okay, so Wednesday is back. Hold on, I got some more Cash App messages. Someone said Tib and Diamond want that one thing. Someone said Tib is transphobic. Stop. Someone else said get you to 400,000 taps before the next case. Well, that would be nice. It looks like we almost there, y'all. Thank y'all for tapping the screen, sharing the live out. Thank y'all for helping me complete the gift goals. All right, who else is here? Okay, so one moment. I'm not sure if some of y'all. Mara, are you requesting up to be a juror today?
Bella, I'm sorry. I've been in this queue ever since you had unsolicited up there. I thought I had. I had no idea. I thought I had came out of there. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's okay.
No worries. So
Thank
since you're
you.
here, did you want to be a juror for the day, or did you want to step back?
I can. I'll go on mute.
Okay. All right, boom. There you have it. So, if y'all want to share the live out the Kev, we do have Mr. Washington in the box. We do have Mr. Washington in the box. So we're going to share the live out to him.
Play my theme music.
Somebody
Morgan
said.
Brittany. The song. God damn, you over there looking.
How you
Who
doing?
was you looking at?
You all right, Miss Bella?
You over there reading them comments.
The comments acting up, baby. Listen, they need to go on trial.
We'll bring you up. You got a question.
Got a question.
Yeah, unsolicited.
Hey Bella, I know I had court earlier today, but this is a question for Mr. Washington because I heard him speaking
I
down
don't
in the
talk to
comments. I
you,
just want to ask
Ash.
a quick question
Ash, I don't talk to you.
because he said he was
I ain't even
talking about
interested.
Shy, but I just had
Oh
a quick
shit.
question to ask because I believe he was
See how you
sleeping with
finna do
Shy,
that? Don't do
and I
that.
didn't think she
Mind
looked
your
like Netta
business,
when he
Ash.
was sleeping with her. But that's neither here or there. But I'm gonna drop back down. Bye.
Okay, but shit, I'm gonna sleep with your sister and your friend girl.
Oh, wow.
Where your friend girl at, Ash?
Jeez.
You asked me. I want to meet her, cause I sure ain't interested in you. Shit.
Wait, what? What the fuck just happened, gang? I'm lost.
I ain't gonna hold you. I don't know what's going
I'm
on.
lost. What happened
Yeah, I
just
tell you, you
now?
better be careful with talking to me this morning.
And Mr. Washington got that thing everybody be talking about on this app. I ain't gonna hold you.
All right, y'all saying that he is on the way.
Yeah, somebody said he'll be here. I seen 10 to 20 minutes, so
Oh, 10 to 20?
that's what I seen. I don't know if somebody else got it different, but somebody had said in the comment. I was waiting for them to stop. I don't know what they were talking about. Mr. Washington, what, Mr. Washington, huh? Mr. Washington, never mind. Yeah, somebody said 10 to 20 minutes. I
You
ain't
know
reading
what?
that
I'm
shit. I ain't even
homeless
gonna read
because
it,
I
bro.
live with them.
Oh,
I live in their house. I'm rent free in their mind too. So thank you.
Hey, Keys, can you make a comment so I can follow you?
Okay. All right, we do have the comic here. Kev, thank you for coming in. How you doing today?
Good morning, Your Majesty. Your Majesty, I object, Your Majesty. That nigga talking about he live rent free in somebody's mind. He live rent free everywhere with his no bill paying ass. That nigga live rent free everywhere.
Why you mad?
I'm not. You the one. You summoned
Why
me,
you talking
motherfucker.
about me then, it?
You summoned me.
I didn't summon you, it.
You summoned me, you
You know what?
nappy-headed
I don't
bastard.
even like interacting with you, it.
You nappy-headed motherfucker. You
Okay,
summoned
and then
me.
I apologize that you ain't never been
Look
what
here,
you
you
are.
two viewer having bastard.
Okay, thank you for
You
saying
two
that.
viewer having bastard. You go live and talk about a nigga in front of 3 people. Shut the fuck up.
Y'all.
hey, gentlemen, can we get a chance real quick for I just want to say this. Can we try to be good with the language a little bit? I don't want to get the live flag. Just the best we can. Please, just the language. We don't want nobody saying nothing crazy. We just want the language a little bit. But go ahead, talk shit
It
to each
don't know
other.
how to do that, bro.
Yes, please
So
protect her live. Please protect it. Thank you.
I'll hit him with English.
And if y'all could just send some roses as well, that also helps. Thank y'all for the gifts. Thank y'all.
Just look at you crying. Just look at you.
I
Just
would
crying.
like, juror
Can
number 4 would
somebody
like to
help
make a
me,
request.
please? Just look at you.
Juror number 4 would like to make a request. Mr. Washington, when you are responding to questions and accusations, can you please speak in English so that I can understand? I want to be a dutiful member of this jury. No shade at all. I just would like to be able to serve you correctly.
I will use proper English for the individuals that can understand English.
Maybe my
Proper
wording
English.
was wrong. I should have said less riddles, please,
No
if it's
riddles,
okay.
just plain English. If you took that English class past the 9th grade, it'll be understood. But if you didn't take that English class 9th grade, I can understand.
Mr. Washington, please.
You asked, and I'm just explaining. If you took English
I
past
didn't
9th
ask
grade, it'll
Mr.
make sense.
Washington. I can understand you, Mr. Washington. All she's saying is
Your
that
Majesty, I made sure I didn't take a bath. I wanted to be just like Mr. Washington.
I ain't like you though, it. What the fuck is you talking
Okay,
about?
so now, if you don't mind, Your Honor, will you restate the case, and then each person will state their side of this with no interruption at all, no name calling, no shade throwing. We're going to get through this case in one piece.
Okay. So from my understanding, the people were saying that Kev the comic confronted Washington for what transpired with Shy, and stated that he was wrong for allegedly scamming Shy out of her funds, and that he should return the funds back to Shy. Kev, if what I'm saying is incorrect, you can bring some clarity, but from my understanding, that's what the people said that you was addressing Washington about.
Yes, Your Majesty. Your Majesty, I do object because that actually was not the context at the time, Your Majesty. The context at the time, Your Majesty, was just simple. Mrs. Washington was up late at night with me on his mind, fondling himself, and he was and he had my name and Rick's name and Cartel's name in the back of his backdrop, some little stupid shit, sitting there fondling himself, talking in a soft voice, playing music, and I was offended. I was offended, Your Majesty. I felt like he was coming on to me and trying to entice me.
That's the first one. I like women. I don't fool with you. You always do this. See how you call me Mrs.? It's Mr. I got something between my legs and I like women. I don't fool with you.
There's a lot of women got something between their legs and like women. There's a lot of women that's got something
like all you
between
gotta
their
do,
legs
like
and
right
like
now,
women.
you spoke. No, listen, you spoke. Now zip it. That's your problem. You always talking about another man and what another man can do because you got that inability to do it yourself. I apologize that you just what you are. You just one of them that need to stay in the house and you don't like women. Say that. You got to pay $40 for women and it's okay. That's acceptable for you. I'm not one of them individuals that don't like women. I like women. I'm not trying to entice you. You got me fucked up. The fuck out. You think buddy, are you serious when you said that? Entice you? The fuck is you talking about? I like women. I fool with women. I don't fool with you. You do that one thing in that room together. Come out the closet and tell everybody that you one of them that do that one thing. You one of them down low brothers and you know that. Tell the truth about yourself. It's okay. People will accept you if you do that. I'm not interested.
Okay, so to give context, Kev, is this the post that you're referring to right here that Washington had up in his background?
Yes, Your Majesty. Yes, Your Majesty.
Okay. So this is evidence for the court. This is Mr. Washington's background. It says the herd versus Mr. Washington. From Cartel to Kev to Rick. Man enough to say it, yet a reply y'all can't handle. Reckon you can't talk without help and that mute button. As men, rhetoric/opinions, that one thing series. So Kev is stating that Mr. Washington started with him first due to the post that is put up, as you can see, submitted for the court. So Mr. Washington, can you explain the post, please?
Yeah. That came out for that Junior Cartel. Junior said something to me. This name, whoever, Kevin, that said something to me, and his handler said something. Them do that one thing in that room together as men, and they always speaking about another man because they got the inability to do what men do, like interact with women. They interact with men, and it's cool for them to do that. That named Kevin said something to me when it was AP. He hopped up on her and he said something to AP, and I addressed that for talking to a woman that particular way. That started weeping because a man addressed him. When I went over there to that used that mute button and then the plethora of things that he does over there in that one room. He speaks about men, but he ain't the man that really speaks to men speaks to women correctly. I addressed that and Lil Buddy, Junior. That's all I did. And then what I said on there is true. That will speak about, if you go talking to him or say something to him to correct him, he uses that mute button. That's why he does that one thing in his room. Just like right now, he's incapable of being something other than what he should be. Just like saying that I'm a woman. I'm not a woman. He wants to say that I'm a woman for his thing. I'm not a woman, man. He know that.
Question. When you use the term that one thing, what do you mean?
That
you
one
said
thing,
he was doing that one thing in his room.
I don't know what they do in that room. All I know is they do it together. Them do that together.
So for clarification, when you say you are referring to a person but not saying the name. And when you say that one thing, you're just referring to an activity.
Yeah, I'm with you. So that because I choose not to say its name, whatever that is, him, Lil Buddy, Junior. Zippy, Kevin, that one. That it does that one thing in that room over there with them rest of them it's. It's a bunch of them. They always do that one thing together. That's what I'm referring to.
And Mr. Washington, please forgive me, just for court purposes, when you say they do that one thing together, and in order for me to do my due diligence, I need to know, were they drinking Kool-Aid? Were they eating Lay's potato chips?
It's something I'm not interested in.
It helps determine the case.
I'll help you. Hold on. So like most heterosexual men don't do that one thing with that it. They do the opposite. They talk to women. They don't do that one thing. They don't interact with that it. Him.
Okay, so pertaining to the case, your complaint against Mr. Kev the comic is...
It ain't a complaint. That it said something to me, so they know that. If one of these it say something to me, I'm going to put you up there, especially if I go over there to you. I went over there to that it, and that it used that mute button. He didn't want to have a talk with a man. I hopped over there. I've done it on 2 occasions. I interacted with that it, and that it did that same thing, pushed that mute button.
Kev, what is your complaint? I'm taking notes, if you don't mind. I'm just gonna get these notes together for my verdict purposes.
So it's my turn now. Okay, Your Majesty. Your Majesty, I object, Your Majesty. The prosecution has presented the case has an odor of mendacity, and it's mendacious. It's mendacious and mendacity. He sat up here and lied his ass off. He's down there sitting in his daddy's basement playing the banjo, and I get damn inboxes and shit saying Mrs. Washington got your name up in the background. Got your name in the backdrop. So I goes over there and I see that Mrs. Washington got my shit in the background. So Mrs. Washington, see, look at that.
Order in the court, Mr. Washington. If you call him an it, he can say whatever he wants. You've called him an it several times.
But see, what you can't interrupt, bro. All I want to do is point out,
Mr. Washington, you cannot interrupt him. Now you have called him an it. You've called him. You've called him and all his friends its and handlers and things, and you say they do that one thing. You have to let him state his case.
Thank you, court reporter. Thank you, court reporter. Back to what I was saying, Your Majesty. Mrs. Washington seems to have this infatuation with Kev the Comic, Rick the Ruler, and Cartel. He's always wanted to be a man, a real man. So the real men offend him. The thing to being something that he'll never be able to be seems to upset him to the point that he'll go live to talk about the men that are actually men. The men that don't need to use women to get what they want, the type of men that don't have to play on the sympathy of women and the emotions of women in order to get something accomplished. If we need auto parts, we just go to O'Reilly's or AutoZone. But no, not this motherfucker. This motherfucker catches a plane, train, and an automobile to the nearest woman that's gonna be open up her wallet so he can get what he need to get done. Instead of getting his black ass off of his ass out of that basement and going to get a motherfucking job. That truck still sitting in the yard from the last auto part that Shy Hart bought. And he ain't gave her the damn money back for them motherfuckers. So he the last motherfucker to be sitting up here talking about what somebody is and what somebody motherfucking ain't. What your ass ain't is employed, motherfucker. What your ass ain't is got money, motherfucker. What your ass ain't is a man, motherfucker. You the last, you shouldn't even brought your nappy-headed overall wearing ass up into this goddamn box with this bullshit first thing on a Sunday. What you should have been doing is somewhere praying for a motherfucking job so that you can have somewhere to go in the morning instead of sitting there waiting on everybody to wake up on TikTok. Now, you sitting up here talking about somebody, you brought your Majesty, he brought his nappy-headed ass over there to my platform when all that was going down with Shy Hart because I had just got off the platform with Shy Hart. And I read Shy-Heart her rights. I told Shy-Heart where I stood. Me and Shy-Heart still friends. I still fuck with Shy-Heart. But no, not this sensitive panty wearing motherfucker. No, he come over there with his pants in the knot. Cause I told him that he's a sucker ass boy and he used women for this, that, and some other stuff. And ever since then, he don't like it because he feel like we standing in the way of his next motherfucking victim.
Can I ask the question real quick?
No, it's not your turn yet. Thank you very much. So, Your Majesty, I ask of the court that this be dismissed and thrown out, that Mrs. Washington be cited with contemptuous of this here court.
Bella, can I ask the question real quick?
You may.
Since I'm a mutual juror, can y'all just state the facts so I can make a decision? Because I'm not understanding this back and forth with this name calling. I'm really surprised with men doing that.
I'm sorry you can't keep up.
Well, technically, there's no recap, Miss Jackie. At the end, Bella will give a summation, and then we will have to vote, and we can ask Mr. Washington or Kev some questions before we vote. So please hold on. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, now back to this odor of mendacity of Mrs. Washington. All Mrs. Washington got to do is mind her business. Miss Washington don't come up on my platform talking about we need her for views. You had 3 motherfuckers in there when I came in there, but by the time I left at damn near 500. So as soon as I left, they left too. And you talking about you don't do nothing for views. You need to be doing something for views. You should have been asking Shy-Heart to get you to have everybody follow your goddamn page while you over there asking them for dollars and coins, nickel, penny, dime, $quarter. You should have been telling everybody to follow your page at the same goddamn time. So you have more than 2 motherfuckers in there. You ain't even have enough motherfuckers in there for a Thanksgiving dinner. Shut your ass up. Your Majesty, I read.
It's odd that you the only one that's noticing the stuff that's going on in the room that you don't interact in. It's odd that you always speaking about another man and what another man is doing. Cause
nigga, you wasn't even nobody's favorite cousin. You wasn't even nobody's favorite cousin. You wasn't the favorite nothing. You wasn't the favorite child. You wasn't the favorite nephew. You might have been the favorite niece. You wasn't even the favorite cousin. Everybody got a favorite cousin. Bella, don't you got a favorite cousin? Hey, Kaz, I know you got a favorite cousin. Everybody got a favorite cousin. This nigga wasn't even nobody's favorite cousin.
Okay, I get that. I get that. And see how the first thing, I can't even respect you as a black man because the first thing that you want to do is demasculate me. You want to call me Mrs. Shut up, Zippy. That's what you its do. When you black men, like y'all, you, the rest of you its that do that one thing in that room, you always calling another man a woman. I'm not a woman, it. I'm a whole man. I used to be a teacher, it. I've done so many things in my life that you ain't capable of doing. Working, I'm self-sufficient. You don't know that, but you got this narrative that you want to put out there about me that is false. You don't know nothing about me. I'm college educated. I've been like Zippy. I've done so many things in my life that nobody in
We don't care about that shit.
Shut up, Zippy. So like you the first generation, you, Zippy, you are the first person in your life in 2024 ever to have a job that is like becoming of anybody. And you still beg.
I own a business, Mrs. Washington.
But I've been listening. I've been listening to this Zippy say a whole bunch of stuff. He ain't been relevant.
So hold that thought. Who is clicking?
Why mute me?
Somebody's at the stop sign with their left turn signal on.
So one moment, please. So one moment. So this message, it says, Washington, are you in the closet? You refer to a lot of in the closet activity. And then I have a drop. It says, drop Jackie from the jury. She's biased and messy. Jackie, is there anything you would like to say before you leave the courtroom?
Not really. I'm not messy. I was just asking them to clarify what they were talking about because I am mutual juror, but I mean, it's okay. Thanks, Bella, though, for letting me up.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, the people have requested to dismiss Jackie of her services for today. If there is someone who is willing to come up and be a juror, please request up. Okay, let's see what we have. Jazz, hello.
Well, good morning, Bella. Good morning, everybody in the panel and in the comments.
You're here to be a juror for today?
I'd like to. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Kev, Mr. Washington, was there anything else you wanted to add to your case?
It really ain't a case. Zippy just got an opinion about what other men need to be doing when he ain't never lived that life. He's a generational fuck up. He's the first one in his family ever to be something, and I'm proud of him making it to this, what he's made it. Everybody in his family ain't never did nothing. There's nobody above him that has ever done anything other than what he's doing right now. And I'm proud of my boy doing that. That little boy doing that one thing right now. I'm so proud of him just making it to this level. I come from families that have made it and accomplished a whole bunch of stuff. That's why it chooses to say the things that he says about me. The first thing that he wants to do is tear it apart because he ain't never been around nothing that has been other than himself. And I'm cool with that, it doing that one thing over there. To be the first one in your family to accomplish something, I'm proud of you, my boy. Very proud of you. I'm glad that you, my boy, have made it to this level. I ain't on this other shit. That it always wants to say something. And when you go back and say something to him, he wants to weep. And I'm okay with that. I'm proud of you.
Are you finished or are you
my
done?
boy. No, keep doing you, my boy. I'm proud of you.
You done?
My boy, I'm proud of you. Pat yourself on the back.
Are you done?
Accomplished something, my boy. I'm proud of you.
Can I cook, Your Majesty?
Kev, you may speak.
Who want smoke with me? Who want smoke with me? Who want smoke with me? Who want smoke with C? Who want smoke with me? Okay, let's get down to the facts. Pussy, I'm dripping red. Don't let this R&B shit do you niggas get ripped to shreds. Quavo talking like he a thug, nigga, you a bitch with dread. Can't wait to see the day that you back up all of that shit you said. What's all that bullshit you talk to? You ain't no huncho, nigga. You the weakest link out of your plate, let's keep it a hundo, nigga. You fuck my ex-hoe, that's cool, I don't give no fuck, little nigga. Cause I fucked your ex when you was still with a bitch. I'm up, little nigga. They say that bitch is sweet. Now think about that shit, don't let that line go over your head. I might just sing about that shit. I had a feeling about that dick, there's something sweet about that shit. I got some tea about that dick, but I ain't gonna speak about that shit.
Man, it's time for the verdict, man. Come on, Kev, cut it out.
Let it play out. Put amigo on the ventilator. Stop talking about beating girls. You was beating bitches on the elevator.
Now who muted his mic? Now come on, y'all. Unmute your mic, Kev. Unmute your mic, Kev. Unmute your mic, Kev.
Hey, wanna fuck the money up, boy, I would've broke you in half. Quit trying to be tough, you ain't like that, why you keep showing off? Quit talk about drugs, you the only pack that I've been smoking on. I just hit my plug, told him come back, I'ma need more than one. Your last album was a weed trade, just some bullshit that we roll up on. You know what's on, put you to bed, night, that's Sudafed. Show me that I'm tender, bitch, trying to prove what you just said. R.I.P. take off, he the only real one that got true respect. Crazy how when he died, everybody really wished it was you instead. You tripping, Chris, don't say it.
I rest.
Okay.
Nephew,
y'all. We done heard testimony from both parties. Okay. Jurors, is there anything that y'all want to discuss before we get to the verdict?
Hell no. We cool.
I do have something to say because I don't have a dog in a fight. But I would like to say to Mr. Washington that everything that little monologue that you gave at the end, I think that was beautiful. But if it's true what is being stated against you as far as you use Miss Shy for money, I think that's wrong. I really do. And for you to acknowledge all of these accolades that you have gained and things of that nature, and you're right, nobody can take any of that from you. But if you're using that one thing to manipulate women and get money from them, that's wrong, Mr. Washington.
Oh, I have a question for someone in the comments. Why, Mr. Washington, did you mention the classism and the elitism? I mean, we all know that we all started somewhere. Our people had to struggle to get where they're at. So when you were giving that comparison, it gave a sense of shade. I mean, state that you're proud of it, but the way you went about it,
come through with the lion. Come through with the lion.
Yeah. Hold on, boo.
Somebody sent me a lion. I had to say something. God, cut me some slack.
But we have a question, huh? I like the lion too. I'm happy for you. But it gave a sense of shade.
What are you asking me?
Why did you have to reference the classism and the elitism?
I'm going to help you. So that it said Mrs. to me.
I understand that.
So like, I come generation after generation after generation of me.
Of sharecroppers.
We started off as sharecroppers and we did something with our lives, motherfucker. Like my shirt from sharecroppers. You just kept the clothes. So like zipping. No, hold on. And I'm glad that you said it. From sharecroppers, my great-grandfather sent all of his kids to school. All of us are educated. All of us have degrees. You ain't in your family, you ain't never did nothing. Nobody in your family has ever accomplished anything. And then when you jump over and you say this one thing that I did, you took my personal, something that someone else did, and I didn't ask that woman to do that. That it is speaking about something that he pays for. You ask him, ask that it, and he'll tell you, I spend $40 for a woman because I ain't got that ability to have a conversation with a woman. I'll degrade a woman by using $40 towards her. That it does that, and he's proud about doing it. Classism? No, I ain't used that. I just showed you the reference of what I am and what that it ain't. That it ain't never been shit.
We've come right back.
So just like right now, all that it is gonna say is like, I've been.
Ain't she pretty?
Like, hold on. Like, I'm answering the question. I'm answering the question. The question is, I'm way different from that it, from him, from individuals like that. I ain't never nothing like that. Nothing like them it's.
Please tap the screen to protect the live, everyone. Can y'all send some roses?
So, like, I'm going to stand on who I am. I come from a generation of men and women doing something with their lives. Betterment of us. I don't do the shit that it does.
Understood, Mr. Washington. Thank you for giving context to the people in the comments. And
hey, don't we look good together, Mr. Washington? Don't we look good together? Don't we look good together, Mr. Washington? And guess what? I didn't have to buy her no auto parts, and I didn't have to pay her. I didn't have to pay her $40. Excuse me. Somebody echoing. Wednesday, can you mute, please? Yeah, let me go ahead and give it to you, Mr. Washington, because I've been being nice. I've been cracking jokes up here, and You know, I've been being a little lighthearted about it, right?
I ain't interested though, Zippy.
I've been trying to spare it. I've been trying to spare it.
Hold on. Right. I'm not interested in your.
Okay. Thank you, court reporter and stuff like that for muting this nigga, right? Because you can show me some keys, show me some car keys, right? Jiggle some car keys in the background, or a door key, or show me a bill with your name on it. I issued you a challenge when I came over into your live in your space, and I said, Mr. Washington, show me an account with $1,000 in it. So just show a balance with $1,000. You couldn't do that. What you did is you pulled up a tax bill showing that you owe Uncle Sam however much money you owe Uncle Sam, like it was a flex. The only flex in your life, the only flex, okay. I kept quiet while you talked, Miss Washington.
Hold that thought, Mr. Washington and Kev, because Kev, they got a question for you. They said Kev.
Hold on, I was still talking. Who
you begging for cash?
So hold on. Okay. Because the people got a question for you. It says you called him nappy headed. Where's the outrage?
What? I didn't call a black woman nappy headed. Now, if I call a black woman nappy headed, now that y'all can take me out. But as long as it applies to Mr. White, have y'all seen his profile picture? Have y'all been to his page? He ain't used a comb since the Flintstone ages. Since they were using fish bones. I ain't lying. I can't. This motherfucker ain't used the comb since they was using fish bones to comb their goddamn hair. Yes. What y'all trying to say is colorism? That is not colorism.
You know what's sad though, Kevin?
Yeah, I'm not done talking. It's not your turn, Miss Washington.
So sad is,
Miss Washington. See, you can't even control yourself. Look at you. Just look at you. Just look at you. Just look at you. Look at you. Your emotions get the best of you, just like a Mrs. Washington. You act just like a Mrs. Washington. See, right now you ain't got your cohort up here, or your cohort, or whatever the fuck they call. You ain't got. That motherfucker ain't up here today. So now you got to fight on your own. You ain't got nobody up here battling for you. See, you see how I can stand on my own and you can't. See how I can handle my own and you can't. See how I can do it on my own and you can't. Kind of like how you handled Shy Heart. If you had her do everything, cause your ass can't. You can't. I'm gonna start calling you Mr. Can't, because your name damn sure shouldn't be Mr. Washington. Well, maybe it should, because you probably wash your clothes in the tub, Mr. Washington. I'm gonna just start there. You're Mr. Washington. You wash your clothes in the tub. You dry them on the line outside, and every goddamn thing else with your sharecropping ass. Now, all you gotta do is go on about your business and get that woman her money back. Now, you keep saying, how about somebody else give it back to her? Everybody else didn't get the auto parts. Everybody else didn't get the plane ticket. Everybody else didn't get the ass. Everybody else didn't make the promises. You got all the benefits, but you want somebody else to give her money back for the money that you swindled out of her. You're a swindler. Your Majesty, the prosecution is a swindler. The plaintiff is a swindler. He's a fucking swindler and looking for his next victim. That's why he tried to act all nice to the women. It's amazing how he got a problem with all the men that's being men that stand on business, say what they mean what they say, regardless of who like it and who motherfucking don't. Hey, excuse me. Ain't you got to go fix your daddy some oatmeal or some shit in there? Ain't you got to go fix somebody some oatmeal in that motherfucker?
Yeah, your daughter.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that.
Listen now.
I'll take that since I can't. I'll take that.
I'll get your daughter to do it.
Can we vote?
I'll take that. I bet you wouldn't fit in my face.
Whoa.
I'm about to vote, Kev.
Leave the kids out of it. Kids ain't got nothing to do.
Let's protect the law, people. Protect the law. Let's vote.
Zippy will say that. But
we voting, gang. We voting, gang.
Don't.
Mr. Washington, we're ready.
Voting, gang.
Why keep muting me?
Mr. Washington, mute yourself. We're ready. You done said too much right now. That one thing right now.
You're letting him. You want to hear him?
We good.
Want Zippy to keep talking? Just keep saying that stuff.
He muted. He done up. What are you talking about? You too.
So before we get to the vote, y'all, I do want us to do a quick commercial break because we are literally 5 minutes from going into recess, and then we are going to pick up the rest of the cases on where? The BellaLeonè Show. So before we head over there, y'all, if we could just tap up real quick before we leave out of this court session and then continue on. So we can put the taps up. I appreciate the gifts. Thank y'all for sharing the live. Thank y'all.
Drop that hot shit.
We appreciate y'all. I appreciate you being here, Mr. Washington. Kev, thank y'all. It is all appreciated. Okay. We done heard testimony from both parties. We are definitely going to get to the verdict. Once we get down to the verdict, we are going to head over into BellaLeonè show. All right. So when it pertains to the evidence that was submitted as far as how this kicked off, it started with Mr. Washington putting Kev's name up in the backdrop. Kev, he then responded to it, and that's what transpired, the back and forth, okay? So we're going to get to the first verdict. Jurors, is Mr. Washington guilty or not guilty for starting with Kev the comment? Did he pick a argument with Kev the comment? Guilty or not guilty?
I'm indifferent. I just like what's going on. I ain't gonna lie. I'm doing. Hey, I'm gonna say guilty. I'm gone.
Okay. Morgan.
Baby, listen. Guilty.
Wednesday.
Mr. Washington is guilty by initiation.
Mara. Mara.
Guilty.
Jazzy.
He's guilty.
Absolutely guilty.
Misunderstood.
Guilty.
Okay. the jury.
Hey, drop that song, kid. Drop the song.
Y'all make me laugh. Don't make me laugh, y'all. All right. Okay. So the jury have concluded that Kev is not guilty. However, we do want to hear from the people.
Who want smoke with me? 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 Who want smoke with C? Who want smoke with me? Okay, let's get down to the facts. Pussy, I'm dripping red. Don't let this R&B shit fool you niggas get ripped to shreds. Quavo talking like he a thug, nigga, you a bitch with dread. Can't wait to see the day that you back up all of that shit you said. What's all that bullshit you talking? You ain't no huncho, nigga. You the weakest link out of your plate. Let's keep it 100, nigga. You fuck my ex-hoe, that's cool. I don't give no fuck, little nigga. Cause I fucked your ex when you was still with a bitch. I'm up, little nigga. They say revenge is sweet. Now think about that shit. Don't let that line go over your head. I might just sing about that shit. I had a feeling about that dick. There's something sweet about that shit. I got some tea about that bitch, but I ain't gonna speak about that shit. I ain't playing chess with a checker player. I'm a ticking bomb on a detonator. I shit on niggas, I'm a defecator. I shit on niggas, I'm a defecator, nigga. You was beating bitches on the elevator. We seen the taste, that's devastating. You doing bad, you a bitch in your music trash. Fashion week, they set me next to your lame ass. I was truly mad. All I kept thinking about was breaking your face, but I gave you a pass. You lucky I ain't wanna fuck the money up, boy. I would've broke you in half. Quit trying to be tough, you ain't like that. Why quit trying to be tough, you ain't like that. Talk about drugs, you the only pack that I've been smoking on. I just hit my plug, told him come back, I'ma need more than one. Your last album was a weed trade, just some bullshit that we roll up on. You know what's on.
Okay, so while Kev is over there celebrating, we're going to allow the people to give their vote, okay? If Mr. Washington is guilty, smiley face.
Miss
If
Bella.
he is innocent,
Hang on now.
Guilty.
I want to ask you something. Let me ask you something. Without zipping.
It is not your time to talk.
Whenever Zippy gets done.
Take it to the chain gang. Time to take it to the chain gang. Send it to the chain gang. Send it to the chain gang.
I'm asking you something when you're done. Whenever you're done.
All right, y'all. Let's get the votes in. We almost there. Let's get the votes in. Is Mr. Washington guilty? We got less than 10 seconds.
And when you're done with that, again, Bella, I'm asking you, because just for clarity.
Once again, you losing
So one
life.
moment. So I just want to pronounce the verdict. We had 510 people conclude
Ain't
that
nobody
Mr.
losing their life,
Washington.
boy. Your life is depreciating every
Don't
time.
you mute and let her talk. This is not your platform.
So yes, just one moment, please. So 510 people concluded that Mr. Washington was in fact guilty. There is also some Cash App messages that I would like to read out. One says, can people talk about what they want on their platform? This one says, y'all being biased towards Mr. Washington right now. This says, didn't Kev want to make Black TikTok better? And this one says, racism, homophobia, colorism, texturism. Is that okay? And from...
Start the TikTok violence. Start the TikTok violence.
It's not. Okay. So, Mr. Washington, you heard the verdict from the jury and from the people. Did you have a response to the verdict, Mr. Washington?
I'm completely fine with that. But this is what I'm asking. So, like, not even asking, because it chose to speak about another man. He always has an opinion about what another man does because he has the inability to do it himself. That individual that he wants to bring up, that's what started this. Whatever rift that I got with because that spoke about me doing something with somebody that he had no intentions on involving himself with. If you ask him, he said he initiated a conversation with somebody that I dismissed. That individual also addressed a woman, and I checked him on that. So if I'm wrong or guilty on that, on standing on whatever I need to stand on as a man, I'm going to do that. I'll fall on that sword. That it will always address a woman and has the inability to like treat a woman fairly.
Watch out, lady.
I'm okay with that.
He campaigning,
I'm okay
ladies.
with that. I'm okay with that it doing that. I'm okay with
ladies.
whatever.
He campaigning.
Like, Zippy for a second, Zippy. I'm okay with that it being him. I don't interact with men that do that. That it will always call a woman a bitch. That it will always call a woman so many other words. I'm okay with that it doing that. He knows to stay on the other side of the street. When you see me around, move around, fuck. And I mean that. I don't interact with them it's, and I'm okay, whatever this verdict is, I'm cool with that. Thank you.
Okay. So now that we've heard from Mr. Washington, Kev, is there anything you would like to say before you leave the courtroom? Because we are getting ready to continue on to the BellaLeonè show page. I see we are over 600,000 taps. So are y'all trying to get up to 1 million again? Because I see y'all getting them taps up. So if y'all trying to get us to 1 million likes again, that would be cool too.
Yes, Your Majesty, and I appreciate the opportunity to address the court, and I would like to take this opportunity to apologize to my TikTok cousins. Yeah, I want to apologize to all my TikTok cousins, for waking y'all up on a Sunday when we supposed to be having church this morning. But I was summoned into Her Majesty's the court because of this foolishness with Mrs. Washington. And I don't know what her problem is and why she keep mentioning my goddamn name, but I really wish that she would move on with her life and stuff like that. I hope she get her car fixed and shit like that. Yeah, I hope she get her car fixed and stuff like that. And she get the auto parts and stuff like that. And then she don't have to bother nobody else and stuff like that. Cause this ain't got nothing to do with speaking on another man. He brought his ugly ugly, nappy-headed ass. If y'all don't like it, fuck you. He brought his ass over there to my goddamn live, and I gave him the business, just like I gave him the business here, and I gave him the business on his platform, and I'll give him the business anywhere he go with his uncollege educated having ass. Talking about he got some kind of degree. He couldn't have a degree if he touched the thermostat. They talking about he got a damn degree. You ain't got no damn degrees. Yo, ass, you ain't even got the 3 degrees. We want the 3 degrees. We want the 3 degrees. Your ass ain't got shit. Talking about you guys degrees. You didn't even graduate. You didn't even graduate high school.
Did you say he ain't gonna have a
If
degree?
you could just see my face.
Oh my mama, did you say he ain't gonna catch a degree? Oh my God. Can't drop, man. Drop.
He didn't even graduate. He didn't even graduate high school and stuff like that.
Yeah, you won based.
Wait, hold on. I'm misunderstood. I'm responding to him. Her Majesty gave me an opportunity to respond to what he just said. I understand I won, but she gave me the opportunity to respond. Look, don't worry. His DM is gonna be open as soon as you come off. You can jump right in that motherfucker. I ain't lying. He waiting on you. I swear to God, misunderstood. He gonna be right there waiting as soon as you get off. As soon as you come off, he gonna wait on you. All he got to do is Veasley. I would highly suggest that you stop talking to me in these comments. But nevertheless, Your Majesty, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to argue my case before Her Majesty the court, and to all these wonderful jurors that saw through the bullshit and they was able to give us a victory in court. And now me and my family, we can move on with our lives and stuff like that. we can move on in peace and stuff like we can start putting our pieces of our life back together and stuff like that. So thank you so much, Your Majesty.
You're welcome, Kev. Thank you. And I just want to acknowledge for the court that so far Kev has not lost a case. Kev has not lost a case.
That man need to change his name to John Gotti for real, for real. My mom, he ain't lost one since he came here. That boy the Teflon Don. Y'all better leave that man alone. He ain't going down at all. Honestly.
Yeah, he has not lost.
Tell me some buy Gator. How about don't forget to tell your husband to show up. Yeah, you know who I'm talking to. Please make sure, don't forget. I didn't get the names for the guest list, because don't forget, I will put you on the guest list just so you can get the ass whooping for free. I don't want it to cost you nothing. So please make sure you send me the information in the DM so I can put you on the guest list.
Okay.
Bella,
okay.
Are we ready to go over to the next? Because people in the comments are acting like you didn't say earlier that we were leaving this live and going to your other live. So we can
I'm sorry. So I apologize if you just now coming in. Yeah. So we are literally getting ready to transition back over to the BellaLeonè page. It looks like my supporters wanted to get us up to 1 million taps before we left out, which humbly speaking, it usually just takes a few minutes. So if y'all want to go ahead and get us to 1 million taps real quick, and then we're going to go
Let's go, y'all.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
I'm dropping down so I can tap the screen. If everybody, we get somebody to play some music, we all drop down, tap the screen, and get it cracking for real.
All right, sounds good to me.